everybody, and we are live with episode numbers. Is this 6? This is 6, right?
That's what you said.
It's 6, yeah. Episode 6 of
Nice.
Whispers of the Vampire's Blade. I'm happy to be here. I hope that you guys are excited for tonight. Are you good? Are you ready for it? Or are you just like hanging out?
I'm fucking jamming. We were just talking about pissing out fat. Like,
Let's go.
Sounds like a great day to me.
Yeah. Not wrong. Not wrong. All right. I knew the cameras would be a little off, but we can fix that.
Are they off?
Yeah, just slightly. I got them. They're good.
I see.
They're good. All right. So, as always, guys, we are starting tonight with, unfortunately, no luck rerolls. But, chat, that doesn't mean that you can't help. If you have to pop over here, you can do so from your relative streamer's location. And every 10 gifted subs, or every time we hit a milestone of 10 gifted subs, it will unlock a luck reroll for our players. And this
10
is pretty
subs
much
to Bub chat.
imperative.
By that.
It's imperative to their success. Thank you so much, Arrow, for those 5. We are halfway there to at least the first one. And they can get a cap of 5 all night long. That's what they get. After that, we're going to go ahead and just fly right into our recap because we did play last week. And it was a different kind of experience. You guys encountered a few things. I want to talk about it before we dive into Sera's solo sesh. What do you guys recall about last week's game? I know it's been a week. I know you've slept a few times, but try to drum up what you can.
They wouldn't let me rest.
They wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I kind of took that personally. I'll be honest.
I'm aware. We fought over whether we should use an ogre as bait, and that ended up taking up like an hour of our time.
That sounds about right.
So that was of who was gonna cut the ogre. So it started off really strong there, and then journeyed forward. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
And then Ivan Frost made a deal with his patron. You can share this. This is your story. I'm just narrating now. If you want to,
No, it's great.
What happened.
That's your lack of a story.
Okay.
What happened, Ivan / Frost?
So my patron eats memories. And that's like the deal is like if I want something, he needs to eat a memory. And it's only ever been from me in the past. And he said a very creepy line that was, "I'm craving a woman," and that was just, ugh. But he meant the memory thing, and so I accidentally fell onto Marian, and she caught me, and he dipped over into her body real quick, and said that he was going to take something that she didn't want. And it was going to be a small memory that she wouldn't even notice was gone. And turns out that she doesn't want her trauma from her childhood, which was dealing with her sister. So she no longer remembers having a sister for their whole life.
Yeah.
Small thing. Little thing. Should have had a taller sister. Sorry about
that.
Thank you. Thanks for the apology. It means a lot.
That seemed really sincere to me. It's pretty good, pretty great. So Trace, yeah, you missed a handful of things. We can start next into the fog, right? There was a bit of a inclement weather situation that hung everybody up for a little while. What happened with that? What was going on? What does Cobalt remember?
Anju was separated from us.
Yes.
We were standing there in the fog. Anju, we were looking for our horses. We couldn't figure out where the horses were. We kept hearing versions of ourselves talking and calling back to us from the distance. I was like, we ain't trusting that shit. Then, there was a warforged stuck in a tree that Ivan found, named Reckoner or some shit.
Reckoner, yeah.
that. He's a new name now.
Gunny.
Gunny, yeah.
His name is Gunny.
He was like melded into the tree, but he thought like, he said he like just woke up. Something woke him up, basically. Like, apparently there was this giant creature flying overhead that was making the rain in the fog.
It was like it was swimming through the fog.
Yeah, it's like a
yeah,
like a giant
fog
like
fish.
like a sky whale type situation going on.
You guys know
from
what
what
I'm
I could
talking about.
gather.
Mm-hmm.
And then within the fog, there was a jackal-like creature that took an interest in Big M Dog.
M Dog, that's right.
That's me.
That's
And
Tracy. That's Marian's new nickname from
Yeah.
M Dog.
was-
Big
I
M
just
or
blurted
Little
it
M,
out.
Little
Big
M as well.
Okay.
Big M
Depending on
Dog
the
or
mood.
Little M. It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a former it's a formal name change because nobody can pronounce my goddamn name. So I'm M Dog now.
That is not to be
Marian.
confused with Marian.
Yeah,
Mariam. Yes.
Yeah. There's just too many options, so M Dog it is.
M Dog it is. Yeah. So you came across something in the fog. It was more than just the voices that were communicating back to you. Some creature, some whimsical, mercurial creature took an interest in Marian. Had a few things to say specifically. What were those things? What did it say?
Quote, that I am claimed and that my secrets can't last forever. Also says that I am related to Roth. I believe she is my mother and that her call is coming. And with a really good history or something roll, we figured out that means that I'm of hag descent and my call is
Ooh.
coming. And we have not discussed that, and we don't have to.
Right.
We can move right past it if y'all want.
You did discover that, yes. It's Roth, and who...
Roth. Oh, okay.
Close, it's close. Roth is more than just like a hag of sorts. I think it was Cobalt actually was it Cain that successfully rolled on a history and remembered the fable of Roth, which is a fairly prolific individual throughout like fairy tales and fables. And they didn't really have a lot to say about her. Basically, she was chased out by the people because she began to change and turn. And the men that sought her for destruction were found many moons later, filled with nettle and thorn, and their bodies burst open from very natural-looking events, like expeditious growth kind of sprung forth from their body, which was surprising. And they didn't really mess with Roth much after that. Yeah. So, the session ended with Gunny on the horse. Stuart. Gunny doesn't have both of his arms. He's missing most of his body from under the ribcage down. So he's a one-armed warforged. He's strapped to Stuart. He revealed to you that his last memories were marching in formation for the war. The war was about 16 months ago. It doesn't really make a lot of sense because the tree was aged and his body was melded into the tree, of which we saw Ivan express that it had to be the fog. It was the fog. The fog did it. But as I've expressed a number of times, Eberron is an exceedingly magical place. It breaks the laws of most understanding in regards to magic. It basically writes it all on its own. Nothing abides by the traditional understanding of how things are working. It's MacGuffin all the way around. The tree was very old. He said his memory was 16 months. It was a very long 16 months based on his growth. He didn't know that the war was over. He didn't know that White Hearth had been destroyed. He informed you that that was the Master Forge. He also didn't know that almost all of House Cannith were destroyed. That was news to him as well. He revealed something, though. He did give you a bit of information. It was somewhat important, somewhat relevant. Can you remember what that was?
Nope.
Okay. He gave you guys coordinates.
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was Anju's thing.
Yes, it was. He gave you coordinates to what exactly?
Wasn't
all
another
the forges.
Yeah, it was all the different Or was it a different forge?
It was the forge that he was made in, right?
Yes, it was the forge of his creation. So it wasn't White Hearth, but it was definitely another forge. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at Sera's one sesh. Your one shot. Tracy. In your opinion, how did that go?
It went unexpectedly.
Yeah. Can you give us whom you were presented to or by?
Yes. I was presented, I had there were like two avatars of two gods, Dol Ara and the Fury.
Yes.
And I was given two paths and had to go through some trials to determine which path I wanted to choose. Or I was able to choose the path and essentially go through those trials. And they both presented many options as to things I would have to give up.
The gifts come at a sacrifice, right? Everything has a cost. And
yes.
your door entry fee back into the grace of the god of your selection was what?
To go back to Dol Ara and become the paladin I once was, I would need to give up Hal and Cohen and just say goodbye.
Her love interests.
Yep.
Did they bring Hal back up and like tell you that you were in love with him, or?
No, but I like to think Sera felt something. Like, she doesn't know what she was feeling, but she knows that she cares for him, even though she doesn't really remember that feeling of love. So I think it was still difficult.
And what about the Fury?
On the Fury, I'm now trying to remember what the Fury. It was just giving up. Was it? I don't know. The hands. I had to give up.
You had to give up your arm.
My arm. My whole ass arm. I had to give up.
Yeah.
Straight up, I had to give up my arm.
Yes.
And I asked many questions. I had much introspection. As a matter of fact, I was so introspective, I think my character broke the fourth wall, quite literally, and that felt like somebody was controlling her choices, which was a little scary. And I made my choice. I shan't say what the choice was, as I want the characters to experience it.
We will see it in live today.
Yes.
Yes, some decisions have been made. And I'll allow Sera to explain it today. So to start, again, we are 5 away from our first luck reroll. The players have none as it stands. And I think we should dive right into our preamble, our story today. So I'm going to throw this up here. Perfect. Night has settled like a worn blanket over the woods. A low fire sputters in its stone ring, and what remains of dinner sit idly at the edges of your wooden bowls. Anju pokes the coals idly. No reason, really. I just have something to do. The trees around you sway gently, windless, quiet, and listening. There is a weight in the air, not from danger, but from knowledge. What, or should I say whom, you saw in the forge. What agreements you've made for your own safety with figures that can't guarantee even that. What Scout didn't say before leaving. And the questions that keep circling like wolves in the brush. Who's telling the truth? What even is truth anymore? What am I? What are we supposed to do here? And for a while, none of you say anything. The fire pops a few times. Gunny sits near it using a thin branch to draw something vaguely shaped like a bird, but with far too many eyes in the topsoil. He hums a low tune, and even that feels like a breach of silence. The camera turns for a moment, spinning around the fire, focusing on Marian first. You've felt it since you arrived. Eyes on you, even when none are there. See, Marian, there's a quiet gravity that follows you now. You stirred more whispers in the last days than you have in years. And it weighs on you. It's not fear, it's a curiosity. Your own as much as theirs. The tale of Roth, the jackal's riddles. They don't let you rest. And maybe, just maybe, you're ready to speak on it, to question these things out loud. What did the jackal mean? Why you? Why now? And what truths lie buried beneath a fable old enough to be forgotten? And it lingers with you. So camera slowly turns again. This time to Ivan. Ivan, a memory presses at the edge of your mind. Blurry like a dream slipping through waking fingers. It feels urgent, important, but it's not yours. The ichor black sea that you took upon yourself, born of sacrifice, of family, and a mother long unseen, has begun to seep. Not just into your world, but actually into you. And with it, echoes, half-truths, and other lives. You see her. A young girl. One you'd move mountains to protect. You feel an instinct to reach out, and you even try. But when you glance down, they're not your hands. They're Marian's. The question rises in you like a tide that you can't stop. What life are you remembering? Whose future are you about to shape? Our camera turns again. Slowly at first, lingering in the fire before hitting Cain. Now, Cain, you were never truly alone. Even before the forge, before the shard, something whispered to you. Not a voice at first, just a nudge, a feeling like choosing the fire was your idea. Tiamat gave you purpose. Twisted, yes, albeit, but clear. Every thought sharpened by her will, every silence filled with her promises. And now?
It's that girl.
Now you're quiet. Broken down. Reforged, not in flame, but in something else. There is now no voice. There are no commands. Only a stillness. And a second chance. But still she lingers. Not whole, of course. Her soul slipped through the forge from that rip suspended between the Canith creation. But pieces still remain. Residuals beneath your skin, scratching at your mind, and sometimes you hear her. I gave you 20 years of purpose. and he will give you nothing but guilt. And maybe the worst part, Cain. You don't know if that voice is hers anymore, or if it's yours. And her camera pulls back and settles on the fire, watching the four of you. The five, including Gunny. Not including the horses, of course. Gunny continues to draw these bizarre creatures, as if he's having his first flits of imagination, of creation, in front of him. Anju, none the wiser, still pushing to the fire. Do you have anything you'd like to say to each other? Or is it just the pause?
So wait, we figured out that Marian's part hag?
Not entirely.
Hag-adjacent?
Not. Are you above board or are you in game right now?
Yeah. I'm just trying to clarify exactly what we heard.
Cain.
I mean, when I heard that she was the daughter of that person, and then did a history check and found out all about that person, I was like, "Oh, you're the daughter of a hag. Gross."
The blood
Yes.
of Roth, and Roth is historically that was a fable that you were hearing from the Fey Jackal.
And did you say that out loud, Cain?
Oh, I said that right. I say everything out loud, pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fair. I just
I
want to
just
make sure
blurt my
before I
thoughts out
say
as in character.
I just want to make sure before Ivan says something that he's not metagaming. Yeah.
The character flaw.
So did you know that you're like part hag, kind of daughter?
I mean, I don't know who Roth is. If that's where we haven't met, didn't.
Who is your mother?
Apparently this person. I haven't had like a strong relationship.
Who raised you?
Not anyone blood related to me.
Oh,
It must have been hard.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I don't know anything really about my mom or whatever this jackal thing said. I understand as much as you guys.
Does that bother you?
Not knowing? I
Or
guess.
that you only know about as much as virtually strangers?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's like a really like confidence-inducing feeling, to be honest. Not feeling like 10 out of 10 at the moment. But yeah, it's fine, I guess. I mean, if you know anything, you seem to know the fable, Cain. So do you
If
know
you'd
something?
like, I can take some of your blood and do some tests on it.
What kind of tests?
Oh, typical magical tests, you know.
And what would that reveal? I don't want to just like give you a vial of my blood, Cain. You seem great, but I'm not really. It's not really
Yes,
something I just give out.
It could
To
reveal
people.
nothing. It could reveal the secrets of the universe.
I understand I might be related to a fable or something, but I don't think I'm a secret of the universe.
Any sort of information you could provide about the fable being true would be very good for my personal research.
I mean, do you guys know everything about your history?
Yeah.
I had a very normal upbringing in the city of Sharn with normal parents and schooling and the arcane arts. And then I went crazy.
Yeah, I just learned a lot about my parents recently. Yeah.
Oh? In like a good way, like a family reunion?
I learned that my dad was married to my mom, and then broke up with my mom to
Okay.
marry her sister.
Do they look alike? Was it like a
Yeah.
attraction thing?
A lot. They look a lot
Oh.
alike. Yeah. I don't really know why they.
Maybe we should kill your father.
I will kill you.
It was just a suggestion.
We can take murder off the table here. I don't want to kill either of you, so
I could just
maybe
tell
we
that
could-
you know
Give
that
it time.
that can be a lot to have a random mysterious beast come out of the woods and tell you something about yourself that you don't even know. And I wanted to check in on you and make sure you're okay.
He is a
Hey.
very caring individual that puts others before himself at all times.
I know. Pulled me out of a tree.
See?
I appreciate it. Sorry, I just wasn't expecting that because the last time that some being came out of like the night and tried to talk to me, we thought I was a vampire. So I just wasn't really expecting a warm welcome to a hag mother today. So thank you for that. Yeah.
The difference was it seemed like you had something to hide the last time, and this time you seemed taken aback.
I'm just pale. That's all that was,
That's fair.
Just yeah.
Is that why
But-
you glow so strangely?
Skin care for the wind care.
Well, I don't know what that is like.
Yeah, he's never had
Right.
skin.
Well,
I don't have parents either.
You kind of do.
I'm sure you
Somebody
do. They're
made
probably
you.
just dead.
Yeah, we kind of figured out what you guys are. Do you want to know?
What do you mean?
Your soul's taken from another dimension and put inside of a robot. You had
That's
a life.
accurate.
You had a life before this.
Very crude, but accurate.
I was alive.
Yeah. In a way, yeah. I mean, we don't really...
Well, what do I even do with that?
it could be like... but you did have parents.
I hope they were nice.
some parents
Seem
are.
like you turned out pretty well.
Gunny looks down at himself.
It's an interesting description of, well,
I meant mentally and emotionally, not physically.
I had some times to think about, everything that was happening. Couldn't really see further than the trees, but I had time.
How long were you stuck in the tree before it went dark?
Well, there wasn't a tree there. There was a rock. I think someone put me there. To be honest, I don't know. But the tree would have had to have been there for a long time. Right? Trees just don't grow up out of nowhere overnight.
Yeah, trees don't grow on trees.
50 to 100 years, give or take.
This land is sure strange. But I'm alive again. I suppose it's all that matters.
Okay, I've died before too.
It doesn't really matter about your parents anyway, right? I mean, I guess it's nice to know where you come from, but you're here right now.
I agree.
It would just be a shame if people looked at you differently because of it.
Somebody
want you
look
to
at
know
you
that-
differently?
As a person that comes from wealth, yeah, as soon as people figure out that you come from wealth, they tend to look at you differently.
I suppose I understand that. I was designed to be a weapon after all.
Are you a weapon?
Well, not as much as I used to be.
Do you want to be a weapon?
If it meant defending the things I cared about, then I think so.
It's a good
What do you
answer.
care about?
That, I don't know.
You're
Sounds
so
like
open with people you just met.
What am I gonna do? I got no legs and one arm.
It's just
Um,
it's a refreshing trait, I guess. Not something you see every day.
Well, thank you, glowing lady. I appreciate that.
We need
You're
to
welcome.
get him some wheels or something. So we can scooch him around more easily.
Would be nice.
It's very hard moving him off the horse.
Well, I mean, I'm not that heavy, am I? be significantly lighter at this size and stature.
You're not light.
Have you tried drinking more water?
I don't have a real mouth.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you're asking a lot of bad questions right now, Marian.
Look, I didn't have a lot of Warforged individuals, wonderful individuals, come into the shop often. I don't. I'm sorry. So,
Hey, it's
you're
okay.
great.
Does he always sit so silently?
He points to Anju with the stick and branch.
He's misses his love. It doesn't really love him.
Sounds kind of heavy.
And also we fought a giant ogre a couple of nights ago, and the ogre was hunting down scout bots. And we had a really good friend that was a scout bot that haven't closed the door on the saga of that yet, and it's weighs on all of us. But Anju wears his emotions on his sleeve.
It's a very unusual name, Scoutbot.
Scoutbot 042.
They have numbers. Wait, are they a Warforge? Like me?
Little tiny ones that are just built for scouting. They're not actually for war. I mean, war purposes, scouting is a part of war, but they don't fight. They help.
They collect information for their masters.
Well, I can't say that I have ever heard of one of these. Not at least amidst my retinue.
They were produced after your kind ended the line of the forges.
I suppose you have to adapt. We did not make it, at least according to what I can see, below the waist. Wait, so why doesn't his love him?
Honestly, I don't know. She kind of falls in love with everybody.
Oh, but not him?
Maybe it's because he's a catfolk.
I think
Wow.
it might be his lack of confidence.
Are you guys talking about Sera? I'm just cluing in here. Just yes, no.
Yes.
I think so. It's more of like I can't tell if it's like actually in love or it's like a brotherly sister thing. He
Very
doesn't-
different vibes.
Anju chimes in
well,
finally.
it
Listen,
depends on the
it's
perspective.
come on, it's platonic and allegedly love. All right, can we just not with this?
It seems I struck a soft spot there. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
see, no, it's weird. No, it's weird. No, it's weird. It's weird.
That was a really good Anju.
Thanks. You guys have your first luck reroll tonight.
That's one of my viewers, Republican Tesla owner company. Sorry about that.
Thanks, homie. I appreciate it. That's first luck reroll, so you guys now have access to that at any point that you'd like.
Well, I suppose I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. Is it going to be a problem if I tag along with you?
You'll prove useful.
Can you fight?
From the knees down, I could do something vicious.
Russell and Tussle, love it. Okay.
Could we fit a magical wand in its mouth, perhaps?
I don't have a mouth.
He has an
Oh,
arm.
right.
Glad I'm not the only one who assumed you had a mouth.
I agree with Cain that we should find you some wheels whenever we get into the next town. Even if we can't fix you, we can give you a way to move around. And then you could be useful. You could be another scout bot.
We could put a tarp over him and he could pretend to be furniture and do reconnaissance for us, gather information.
Exactly. No, it's not about you having a job necessarily, but I think it's about you pulling your weight. But I think that
Literally.
you won't mind having the company.
I'm going to try to process everything that you said, but I will try to be useful. As much as I can.
Can you tell me a joke?
That was not in my programming.
Not very useful.
I'm still trying to determine just how my humor falls upon things. But you seem to like me so far, and yesterday you cussed at me quite a lot.
I did?
Yes, I dare not repeat it.
Do you not believe in cussing?
Just...
You killed things. You destroyed. You fought in a war. But you draw the line at bad words.
You gave me an opportunity to change that when you said that I could rename myself.
Did you use bad words before?
No, but I did hurt people.
That's necessity sometimes. Or an accident. I'll look at Marian.
I mean, I never thought that I would hurt anybody. I didn't expect, I wanted to leave the shop, but I didn't know that we were gonna. I mean, I guess I heard enough about you guys, so I should have known we were going to end up hurting things and like killing things, but
Yes. We're trying to fix that. I
I've
betcha now.
never wanted to do that though. I've never wanted to cause harm. Just
Sometimes you don't need to want to do something to make the wrong choice and have it happen anyway.
doesn't mean you don't feel guilt about it.
That's true.
Oh, I feel very guilty. It weighs on me every day.
Why do
How
you
do you
have
get-
crazy eyes?
Who? Who has crazy eyes?
You.
Don't look
Your
in my
eyes are
eyes.
insane. You look like you are searching for shadows beyond shadows. I can't be the only one that thinks that.
You're
Got a lot
very
of problems
blunt.
to deal with, okay? A lot of stress.
How
That's
far
keep
out do we
Getting
think
more
we are?
things tacked on. We have enough to deal with, and now we're hunting down this vampire. We have more pressing matters.
Yeah, we need to figure that out. We should be meeting up with them soon, shouldn't we?
Wait, meeting up with who? My
Like, shouldn't we
stupid-
be catching up? Like,
Oh. What? We're about 2 days out? Above board, Bub? Right?
Ish.
Or one
You
day?
you are about a day and a half away from where you believe that Lucanstellos and his cart may be.
They could be gone already. It's just a calculation we've made. We might have to ask around and look for clues and continue pursuing them, or we could get lucky and they could be there, in which case that might not actually be lucky, because then we could probably have an altercation on our hands, and then innocent people could get hurt again. And then there's more guilt.
I'm gonna go to bed. It's late.
Sweet dreams.
Early to bed. That's my nature.
How are
Ivan,
you feeling?
Ivan, as you stand, you hear that voice of Cain ask, "How are you feeling?" But before you can even assess to whom it might be, there's something that you kind of feel. It's not some poking or prodding sensation, no. And then it sort of takes everyone. There's a heat. Not from the fire, but something behind you. Something approaching. You turn and glance, and a single ember flickers between the trees beyond your camp. It moves. Floats. Then it splits into 2, and then 3. And it appears that it's not an ember at all. A reflection cast down upon firelight in metal and in silver chains. Then you hear it. The hoofbeats. Thunderous in the hush of night, Pearl crashes through the underbrush. her coat gleaming with sweat, breath steaming in thick huffs. The reins flap loosely. She slows as she enters the camp, with Sera upon her back. And she's changed. One arm is no longer flesh. The lame arm that she had, the one that she had to nurture and baby, now it's wrapped in chains of molten silver, trailing glyphs of burning scripture. The parchment blinks in and out of existence like it's constantly catching fire and then healing again. And her eyes catch the firelight and reflect it back. A golden amber, like a forge, reawakened. She dismounts, slowly. Her boots settling in the dirt with a practiced grace. The silence stretches on for a moment more, tense and reverent. And she looks at you one by one, as if taking measure. Or perhaps simply remembering. Floor is yours, Sera. You're muted, Tracy.
Oopsie. Sera just kind of gets down, I guess, and looks at all of you.
Tracy, perception, please.
Oh. Perception. By the way, are we still... My map is still on the...
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
24, massive. You glance down at all of your comrades, your allies in arms, and everybody seems not necessarily gleeful as much as there's a silent appreciation, with an exception to one person. With a smile, ear to ear, Anju peers up. Disguising to the best of his ability, there is a glee unmistakable that is within him. And he goes, Sera, so good to have you back. Right, guys, right?
We were just talking about you, Sera.
Oh, were you?
Yes,
What
we were.
in the world has happened to your arm?
I thought we were all just sharing our deepest things that have happened to us recently and past that we didn't know about from each other. So, yeah, you go next about what the fuck that is.
Yeah, ma'am, your arm is on fire. What is that about?
And you
Yeah,
can
what-
see that there
I
is
was gonna say.
there's a warforged that's probably rib cage up, one arm who's now pointing at you with an ember burnt stick directly at your flaming arm.
That's Gunny, by the way.
That's right,
Yeah,
I'm Gunny.
That's Sera, Gunny.
Gunny.
Sera. Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I?
He glances
Can I,
at
like-
Anju.
Can I like signal to Gunny and just be like, nah, brother. Like,
I heard that name earlier.
Yeah, like I said, we were talking about you and just.
I'm sure you were.
No, I almost died because we didn't have somebody to frontline a fight with a
Well,
giant ogre, and I had to do that.
you won't need to worry about that anymore. Because I return. And I'm here to stay.
How the hell did you catch up with us?
How did I catch? That's a good question.
At every
Magic.
opportunity and turn, when you should have turned down, when you should have gone to rest, when your horse was at the end of its rope, your hand stretched down across the nape of the back of its neck and head, and you felt its glow emanate between you and Pearl, and it would renew your vigor repeatedly. You haven't slept, and you rode for what only felt like an hour, but you know the distance from here to Sharn is 4 days.
I cannot explain the phenomenon of what happened, but
Above
I
board.
returned
Sounds
here
like you
to
could,
you all.
but you
actually,
She was cooking.
Yeah. But it seems fate has brought me back to you all.
it's good to have you back.
Yes. And regarding my arm, well, It is renewed in new form.
You seem stronger.
I feel stronger. I think I finally been able to figure out the troubles I've been having since our journeys began. I have gone down a troubling path and lost some of my abilities, some of the innate powers that came with me dissolved. And then I made some other choices. Obviously, I lost a hand, and now I've went on a spiritual journey and found a new path. So I am here now with new strength, different from what I once was.
We're really good at just keeping things ominous and not just telling people directly what we're going on. But I'm not going to be the first to break that streak.
I continue to just like go down this like long, I just keep like the explanation that doesn't actually make much sense.
Well,
Running the gamut of being a true paladin. Yeah.
yeah.
It's oversharing and not sharing at the same time.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I don't fully understand what this is, but I'm sure we will learn soon.
Well, the chains look really pretty. Don't they look pretty, Anju?
Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Man, it's cold. I'm going to turn in.
You're literally touching a fire right now. I think
You have
your
fur
whiskers
all
are
over
on
your
fire.
body.
It's frigid. It's ice cold. Good night. And he quickly steps away.
Anju's not into goth baddies, and it's making him upset.
Sorry, that made me laugh more than it should. All right. Well, how has everybody been? Obviously, not dead from a giant ogre, which is good.
Almost dead. Yeah. And then they just wanted to keep riding throughout the day, and they almost
I
died
even
on
tried
the
to
horse.
cut the flesh from the ogre so that we could use it for food.
Why are we harping on that when the big thing is I almost died multiple times when I could have just almost died once?
And then he miraculously healed himself with no explanation at all.
Yeah. Apparently his scars are gone too.
Okay, so it does
Marian's
seem
a
like
hag.
those...
Just playing
Okay.
the blame game today, okay? That's fine.
Deflecting, yes, that's what Ivan
Yeah.
does best.
Yeah, I would have liked to have somebody that could have deflected stuff, but they left, and then now I had to be the guy, and then I just don't deflect things, I absorb them. So,
Wait, Sera, are you the mother of this group?
The mother.
Right, the one who doles out punishment.
Well,
He will not punish me.
I would also like to not be punished if we're saying no to that at this time.
Just saw how fast he turned tail there.
in the past, I have tried my best to mother the group, yet they refuse to listen. So I'm at a point where I let them make their own choices.
Right.
Oh.
And
Well,
I'm the
I found
leader.
out I have a mom, so that was cool. By the way,
Everyone has a mother.
If you are a hag, is your mother the mother of hags? Like,
Cain is my mother, the mother of hags.
like Baba. Well, actually, I don't know. I should know that. Baba Yaga, mother of all hags.
You don't know how far the fable stretches. You're not sure if it's like the first hag or whatever the case may be, but you do recall, and you oftentimes do, Cain, that previous season, when you were in the goblin stronghold in the town, you sought a hag. You didn't know she was one at first, but she gave you information in regards to how old hags actually are. So the Roth fable is old, but it's not as old as the tale that the maiden explained to you in the bazaar.
I don't have hag lineage written down anywhere or anything. I just know of a fable or two, and from a book.
And like, what so far is like the group consensus on me like potentially being of hag lineage? Are we okay with that? Are we a little disgusted
Foul
by
creatures,
that?
very rude to me last time we spoke.
He had a
Did
bad
not
interaction
like
with
me.
the hag. He just that's racist to take interaction with one person from a specific group and then delineate that to being the entire group. I have no problem with you being a hag. I just more of like to not have secrets. And
I'm
to,
simply recounting my experience with the most recent hag I've come in encounter with.
Well, we're talking currently, and allegedly I'm a hag, so I mean, could we like, rewrite that book on hag opinions?
You've been
maybe?
very nice thus far. You've not stabbed us in the back a single time, except for with your gold debt.
I also did technically stab Ivan when we were trying to sew stuff up, but that wasn't intentional, and it was in your side, I believe. So, I feel like that was okay, maybe.
The fact that you're bringing it up makes me trust you even more.
I'll take that. Okay. Cool. I just wanted to check in a little bit because that was
There is no judgment here.
No, not really. As long as you don't smell.
We already had that once.
And as you can tell, that stuck. That stuck for a while.
I did vomit on a bed.
So, where are we on our journey here?
Approximately a day and a half away.
We rode Ivan until he nearly passed out.
Rode Ivan.
Rode me?
Well, you rode Stuart, I'm sorry. And then you and Gunny both rode Stuart.
Yeah, because Gunny's my homie. I saved his life, and now he's my friend. I think. Gunny, are we friends?
Well, I'd have to say it's as close as I've ever had to one.
So that we're not friends. That sounds really rude.
I mean, I think we're friends, but I do not. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that was the answer. Saying you're close to a friend is not,
I've never
you see
had
that
a
now,
friend
right?
before.
Well, now you have one.
All right, he is my friend.
You even know my name?
Ivan, they keep calling you that.
Okay. Just making sure. Yeah, I think it's time to check in for the night. I'm gonna go cuddle up on my nice bed of horse.
It is wonderful to have you back, Sera. I did not want to fight any more without you.
You needn't worry anymore.
He didn't know what direction to run to.
When?
Because normally you just run to her side. Cower behind her.
That's well.
That's
That's
what I'm
called
here for.
intelligence.
She does seem rather armored. And a flaming arm seems kind of intense.
Those
That's
are
new.
cloth robes.
Do you think we can cook tomorrow's meal on it, or is that inconsiderate?
I haven't tried. Perhaps we could. See what
You have
else.
to watch where you lay down.
This is all rather new to me as well. I will keep you all updated on any new learnings that I find with my arm.
Well, if you're potentially going to lay down in a tent and set a fire, can you lay down on the furthest tent from us? Maybe just for safety reasons.
I shall keep my distance and find some fireproof materials.
Like water.
Yes.
Well, good night, guys.
Yes.
Good night.
That's what you're useful for, Gunny.
You keep watch, Gunny.
See, we hit it at the same time. You don't have to sleep.
Great.
What? Are you gonna get lonely?
No, the horse Stuart is about 10 meters away, so I'm not quite alone.
It's only for the night. He was alone in a tree for who knows how long. He'll be fine. We'll be there tomorrow.
We all have to sleep, bud, and you don't.
That's
Do you
fair.
want us to stay up with you?
How would you like me to wake you up?
Scream really loud. There's something going on. We need help. If there's something here, help.
And what if I can't be loud?
Like something's causing you not to be loud?
Like, what if it's something that can only hear? It might take me a long time to crawl to you. Do you have
You're
something
saying
I
if
can
there was-
throw at you?
Yeah, you can throw rocks at us. I don't care.
All right, I will need at least 5 rocks.
Well, if you just wake one of us up, we can wake the rest of us. Yeah.
Well, why
What
not
if he
be
misses?
prepared? Yeah. Just stock him up with some rock ammo. I don't see the problem.
I must
There's-
defend
Sounds like we have a
myself.
volunteer.
You're gonna need to know if you wake us up, we defend you. It's not.
Well, good night, everyone.
Gunny just
You
sits
really
there.
bummed out about this, but it's like you don't sleep. I don't.
I'm fine.
Tell us your emotions, Gunny.
I have no emotions. I was
Yes,
not
you
programmed
do.
with them.
You seem to have them now. Your non-existent lip is trembling.
I am not feeling feels.
You definitely are, Gunny. Are you sad that you're going to be alone every night for the rest of the time that you're with this group because nobody else stays up permanently?
For the
Unless
rest of
Sera,
the
do you stay up
time.
permanently now, or do you never have to sleep? Sera?
Do I need to not sleep? No, I still need to sleep.
Oh, okay. Well, you just had a lot of new abilities. I was seeing if maybe you didn't have to sleep because then you could stay up
No.
with Gunny. But yeah, no, we all need to sleep. I'm sorry. Like it is what it is. Like it sucks. It sucks that we can't all stay up with you. It's not a you thing. You're cool to hang out with us. Just that it's more of a result of you having this very unique and cool ability that makes you better than the rest of us.
I feel like you're trying to inflate me. And that's fine. I'll stay awake. You're right, I don't have to sleep. Can you give me
Good
those
night,
rocks now, please?
Yeah, you can. We
Yeah.
can give you the rocks. Yeah, let's stack them up with some rocks.
Thank you.
Gunny just sits and waits. He waits for the rocks. He keeps hold of his ember burnt stick, and he will keep watch and follow as to the directions, which is to alert all of you if something were to happen. Everybody going to sleep then.
I go talk to Anju. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Bub. I'm not gonna make you do it, Anju. that was a joke. Yes,
He would be
I'm going to sleep.
so upset if I roleplayed any scene. He'd be so
Right?
upset.
I had a scene, a one-on-one, and we kiss. No, just kidding. Imagine.
He would
He
die.
comes back, y'all are dating.
Yeah.
He would
Okay.
die, dude. Perfect. Okay. Then with that, you guys are able to return back to a rested state. Full rest. You will gain the equivalent to your Constitution score. Your spells will be returned to you. Any of your spell slots are refreshed. Not that I think that anybody went through those, but you do in fact have those.
I'm going back to max, right? Because of my.
Yes. Yes, you will be at max for the time being.
Do I know any of my new ability, like my new strengths, or is it going to be ambiguous and come out at random times?
It's going to be completely ambiguous and completely random.
Yes, sir.
Anything else? Anything from you, Tracy? Cobalt? Anything? Okay.
Nope.
Easy. Easy peasy. Perfect. Then our night is going to come to a close, and we'll find everyone rising again in the morning. As you rise, Gunny is left in the same location. When you waken, he will be there, no stones thrown, still poking away at the embers of the fire. At least what seems to remain from this point forward. When he sees the first person to rise, who do you think that would be? Who's the earliest riser, or is it everyone like as late as
Me,
possibly could
Well-
be?
sure. It's usually me, right? Unless Sarah likes to get up.
It used to be Sera, but I think she sleeps in now.
Okay, sure.
Ooh.
All right. Turning a new leaf. We like that. Then, Ivan, you're the first to rise, and you'll see Gunny as he is. His head doesn't turn. He seems very focused on a singular point in the midst of the cherries burning where the fire once was. His attention is not to anything else. You're not sure how long that has been, but he still kind of continues to move and push that stick through the embers. It's significantly shorter than it was last night.
Hey, big guy.
Good morning, Ivan. As you can tell, there was nothing happened. Nothing exciting.
Yeah. It's good when you have a boring night. You gotta get some time to reflect and to not die and actually rest, you know?
No. I'm built to endure. I don't understand what rest is like.
Yeah, that's the thing with Warforged. They really like to always rub that in, that they don't get to experience emotions. It seems like it's something that they want to do, but you're also kind of experiencing emotions when you say that. So it contradicts it.
Well, there are things that I was always curious about with
Curiosity's an emotion.
the living.
Yeah.
I've seen the way that all of you eat food, and you look so excited.
Mm.
I wish I could live that excitement.
It is very unique. And it's good when food is good when the getting is good. You know, like when life is going well, food is great. But if you're ever stuck in the middle of nowhere and have no nutrients, you just kind of die, and that sucks. Or you have to eat something nasty like worms.
That doesn't sound too good.
No, it's not fun.
But the way that Anju talks about coffee sounds rather intense.
He's an addict. That's actually the bad part. No, yeah, that's the bad part. He's a coffee addict, which means that if he doesn't have it, he performs worse.
Oh.
So it's actually a detriment. We just don't, we treat it as if he's really big and strong and it's cool and it's like a part of his personality. But like, honestly, it'd be better for us all if he would get off of it. But
Right. Have you broached the topic with him?
no.
From my understanding, addiction is bad. I will make it a point to say something.
No. We should make it a point to not have him deal with that now during the mission that we have. And like, we wouldn't want him to like feel like he needs to stop now while he needs it, because then he could go through withdrawals and then he becomes far worse. And, it's like a whole thing.
What exactly is the mission? I've heard speak of the mission, but it's not real clear right now.
Guy is like possessed by an evil, stole a sword, running away with the sword. We gotta get the sword and maybe the guy as well.
Oh. So you're like a search and rescue crew.
We might have to kill him too.
A search and destroy crew.
Or rescue. It's
sorry,
but it's
I'm
like not
gonna
like I don't think he's gonna come willingly, because again, he's like evil or whatever. So
Well, where's he going?
Where we're going.
Where are you going?
Trolling part.
We are on our way, and when we get there, we'll figure it out. We told you yesterday.
Well, forgive me for not remembering.
Aren't you like a robot? Like, isn't that like impossible for you not to remember?
I was also not supposed to have a different name, but you afforded me that opportunity.
And so that is what you're now blaming as the entirety of the reason why you're now having memory issues, is because we
Are
told
you
you
pointing
to
the blame at
rename
me
yourself.
because you don't remember?
I'm a human. I'm allowed to forget. Sorry, half human. but I am living, as you said.
Are you actually human?
Half human, half elf.
I was afraid to bring it up with the others, but you don't look all the way human, even half.
I have some baggage.
Is it the kind of baggage that makes your skin rumble? Because I can see it sometimes when you move. Your skin rumbles. I got really close when you held on to me. You kind of cradled me like you were the big spoon and I was the little spoon on Stuart. So I got to see real close to your arms. And your skin is sort of strange. And occasionally you leak something like oil.
I'm sick.
Well, that's not good. As your friend, I think we should see a doctor or a physiker.
It's not that kind of sick.
All right. Well, then why isn't anyone else concerned for you?
They don't know.
They don't know. Well, then are you not friends with them?
I can't tell them, or else I'll get more sick.
Oh. That sounds transactional. Sounds like a curse.
I have one of those too. It's complicated.
You seem like a bizarre collection. How do you keep it together if you're all of those things?
Let you know when I figure it out.
Well, did you want to wake the others? Or did you want to have a moment to stare into what remains of the fire? Because it was calming.
No, I think it'd be a great time to use those stones.
Here you go.
All right, I say first to hit Cain is the winner. Double points if you hit him in the head.
Gunny can't really see where Cain is specifically. He just sees a slew of tents, probably 20 or so feet away. And he just winds up and hucks one, but as he does, like the lob carries his body forward and he just falls flat in front of you.
I'll laugh at that, and then I'll help him back up. I'll be like, that was sick. Did his throw land?
That was embarrassing.
It does. It will land and kind of just smoke the side of the tent. No guarantee if it actually hit anyone. He's not even sure which tent is his, but he did in fact hit a tent.
Am I aware of which tent is Cain's?
Oh yeah, you're aware.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a stone at him.
Sure. Give me an attack. It's not going to be particularly hard. I just need to see if you can break 10. So roll a d20 plus your base attack bonus. It should be listed as BAB on your sheet. Plus your strength modifier.
Yeah. Plus 3. Strength modifier is 1, so it'll be plus 4.
It's not great. It's not great.
Honestly, I missed on purpose because I just would like to see him throw another one.
And you know what? Sure, he does.
Does the first one not wake me up? What the fuck?
He didn't hit you.
No, but okay. All right. Rock clatter? I don't know.
Yeah, a stone will end up hitting your tent. And it's going to be enough to alert you. You hear the as your tent kind of catches onto the stone and the strings, your rope draws taut.
I'm up.
You hear him. He's alert and awake.
Good morning.
Are we fighting?
Nah.
Okay, good morning. Crawl out of the tent.
Gunny leans in before Cain makes it to the fire.
You should figure out how to tell them eventually. They would like to know if their friend was hurting.
I'd love to tell them as soon as I can. It's like very obvious that I'm talking to the other guy.
Of course. Do you wake the others?
Cain, on your way out of your tent, can you rustle the others?
Sure. Yeah, I'll just go around drenching everybody.
Oh, it's awful.
What?
Perfect. He's just casting the spell Drench.
It's just a
Oh.
cantrip. I can do it as much as I want.
Does it actually make drinkable water or is it salty?
I don't know. I clicked it. Let me try to find my.
It says
I think it's
rain.
drinkable. Yeah, I think it's drinkable water.
Damn, that's OP.
Pretty good then.
Yeah. Pretty basic level stuff. Everyone will awaken either to the sounds of them moving around your tent, the rocks falling across your tent, or being abruptly drenched from the palm of Cain.
I think Marian's gonna emerge from the tent after now being drenched with water, and like we all know she's a makeup lover, so
Yeah.
it's definitely gonna be like there's gonna be like black mascara or whatever running down all of the color that is on her face, cosmetically is now completely off, and I'm just gonna stare directly fucking at you, just like
So sorry, little
dude.
That's
big.
the little M moment. That's the
Little M, please.
That's
So
big.
sorry.
That's big M to you, buddy.
Big
Now I gotta
M.
go fix this. Can you do it again to wash it all off at least?
I'll skip your tent next time. Apologies.
Just don't wake people up with water. I said rustle the tents. Nobody wants to be woken up like that.
It's efficient. You could give
You're
them a
an
shower
asshole.
and wake them at the same time. It's hygiene. I'll drench
never-
myself.
Yeah, it's the first time you've ever done that.
As the
true.
water sort of strikes down over Marian's face and you can see the makeup run, this is the first time that you guys are actually seeing sort of the volumes of like the color of her face. Her skin is pearlescent. It's gray, white at times. It looks like polished bone, worn marble, right? It's very, very smooth. Porcelain, almost like a waxen quality. There's not really much in the way of like freckles. You can't really tell if there are even pores. Blemishes are almost non-existent. She looks more like she was carved from stone or etched than actually like birthed, right?
I think like Marian's gonna wipe off what like drenched makeup is on her face, but I think for the first time she's not gonna immediately reapply. She's gonna like let it sit for a minute.
How does Marian
before-
react when she does that? With that cognitive decision, being vulnerable for the first time like this, not wearing your armor, so to speak.
Yeah.
How do you think she feels?
Probably really scared, but I think she's keeping the conversation last night in mind, and this is kind of her way of being like, I don't know, this is as much as she's gonna get to like reaching out a hand and being like, this is me trying to trust you. So even if it's just for a few minutes, this is like nerve-wracking, but like her trying to say that like she likes them in her own way.
Okay. Do you kind of walk around? Like, are you a pacer? Do you traipse? Do you sit down near the fire, or?
I think just kind of, I guess now go silently and like kind of just sit down and I guess just kind of watch how everyone else is reacting, being like very like intensely kind of watching them to try to analyze if they're like,
If they make a big deal about it, right? Yeah.
hell yeah,
Yeah,
like
sure.
just see how they look at her. I
Okay.
guess.
Is there any reaction from the rest of you?
I'll definitely like be looking, but you know, it's never in a judgment. It's just curiosity.
How about Cain?
What about me? What am I doing?
You know damn well.
I'm chilling.
I'm chilling. Okay.
I drenched myself.
Then
What's Anju doing?
Anju would be surprised, but in typical fashion, when
I
asked,
drenched him.
he just goes, "Oh, coffee." No. And he walks away searching for his coffee. When you sit down near the fire, Marian,
Yeah.
Will you?
Whoa. Oh my god, is the vampire back?
Oh no.
Very different.
In a bad way? Or?
No, not in a bad way, just different. You had more hair on your face last night. Your eyebrows were bigger.
I've got naturally thin brows. Never needed to pluck a hair a day in my life.
How do you draw those on?
I've got a little like stick thingy that has like color. I guess would it be like charcoal or something? What would we have?
I mean, most of your makeup is like crushed flowers, things that you would get naturally. Yeah. Like,
okay.
You probably would have stumbled across a marketplace where they were selling like certain bug casings that were like broken down several times over and created into a fine powder. You've stumbled across quite a few things, and Sharn is the place for it, right? They have a lot of stuff like that. Admittedly, it's expensive, but
yeah,
it's there.
Okay. Yeah. I've got some, it's like crushed up petals and bugs, and it makes like a little pigment, and I put it on. Do you want some?
It's pretty great.
I don't have eyebrows.
Neither do I. I could give you some.
Yeah, would you like to experience having eyebrows?
Yeah, you could pick an expression I can draw them on. Excited, sad, worried.
Put a mouth on him.
On like hopeful? Is
You
that
want
the type of face?
That would be a smile.
I think I would like hopeful eyebrows.
Oh, eyebrows.
I will do my best, Gunny. I'm no famous artist, but I will do my best to give you some hopeful eyebrows. Would you like a smile, a little nose, some freckles, anything else that I could offer you, Gunny?
Ooh, you look good with some freckles for sure.
They look really nice with your metal tone.
I am your canvas.
Okay. Okay. So, do I need to roll dex for this or something?
You know,
Yeah, well, I do this.
Let's take a
What is
look.
this?
Let's take a look at your character sheet. I didn't know that this was going to happen, but we're here for it right now.
She is an artist.
Yeah. Let's see. I think with the nature of this, I'm going to let you run off of. It's going to be a charisma-based check. It's going to be your craft plus charisma. So
do I just roll charisma?
Just roll a d20 plus 6.
I know how to do that.
R
D20?
/R space 1d20 plus 6.
We are cooking Gunny's makeup.
Oh, wow.
Gunny, you're gonna look stunning. Okay.
It's perfect. It's perfect. He can't see this, right? And it's not like he has access to a mirror, but you do a stellar job. You'd be surprised how smooth the charcoal or the flowers or anything that you would have used to create this, the unguent or the salve over the top of his face. You have fun with it, and he can tell, and you're very proud of your work. It's really, really good. Some of it looks natural or like it's been carved on, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful work.
Well, how do I look?
You've never looked more hopeful.
Ivan, is that true?
I'm hopeful just looking at you, because you give me hope.
Well, what do you say when you look good? When you've done a good job on this? Is it like a well done or a back pat?
Both.
You'll have to lean down.
And I think she'll just fully like sit crisscross applesauce on the ground to like be like as close to like head to head as he is, you know?
Thank you, Marian. I'm feeling very hopeful. You can see it on my face.
Nah.
And what a beautiful face it is, Gunny. You look great.
If he could smile, he would smile. You would see it for sure. It's the first time he's ever experienced anything like this. He's getting to learn a lot in a very short time. And certainly no ways that he was ever treated previously. So the question lingers here for a moment. Do you guys go through your morning routines? Is it just the same as eating, washing up, and hitting the road? Or are you making this expeditiously so? Are you moving quickly?
Gotta go fast.
Yeah.
I definitely just wasted time, so I feel like we'd be going fast.
Okay.
We make haste.
All right. Sounds good.
We make haste.
Then we're going to move you
We're on a
into
mission.
the next encounter. This is our middle encounter. I wrote this out earlier today, and I think it's going to go as smoothly as it can. Let's pull this up. Again, there's not going to be a map, so you don't have to worry about that. Perfect. As you make your way through the twisted forest paths, the muffled sounds of wheels and distant voices soon reach your ears. Beyond and around the bend, 3 wagons parked, their horses cant off to the side. You see immediately that there are 4 guards, armed, not hostile, but wary. They wait as you begin to pass, their eyes seemingly scanning the woods as if expecting trouble. A merchant sees you and waves. Greetings! Hailing from Sharn. Are you needing
Yes.
anything? Supplies? Rest?
What kind
Who's
of
asking?
supplies?
Well, we have an immediate few things if you might need. And you guys actually do, above board. You guys do need some things. You were told that you're not going to have enough feed to carry the length to Trollenport. You were given enough for 7 days. You think it's going to take 10. So you'll have to buy at least 3 to 4 more days worth of food.
Okay.
Do you have rations?
How many of those would we have gone through by now so I can take those off my sheet? Because I have 5 of those on me.
4 days worth of food. Well, we'll say 3 because you were able to get a successful hunt out of that, courtesy of some rolls by Ben.
Right. So I have 2 rations left and on me. Probably need some food. And then if they have any healing potions, those are always good to pick up. But Anju has the bag with all the stuff in it, I think, on his sheet.
Sure.
Uh,
I have access to his character sheet. That's
it's
easy
all
enough.
the gold, I think. I have 54 gold on me, though, personally, it says.
Got it? You know, that would make sense if he actually wrote it down in his gear.
No, he didn't.
He did not. I think
don't
it's
have any
on a
of the bag of
separate
holding
file.
stuff?
I think it's
Probably
on
in
a
his
separate
notes.
file.
Yeah, it's in his notes.
Yeah, he does not have
That's
any of it written down here.
hilarious.
Okay, okay.
Well,
Workable.
we have a lot of gold.
You guys do. You have a significant amount of gold.
I mean,
So-
kind of. Minus our, if we don't have to pay the debt.
Do you buy
I love
food?
I love it's morphed to we. I like that it's not she has to pay it anymore. I like
It's
this.
out of character.
Oh.
Do you buy food? Are you seeking anything else?
I mean, I always ask for magic items or anything unique of interest that might be offered. Yeah, potions, food, and then feed for the horses, and then
But we can provide you with food, for certain. And we do have some feed in our rear wagon. How long will you be needing it for?
Just a few days.
Let me see.
I would say 5.
Yeah,
Be safe.
that sounds wise. 5 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He also counts the horses as well.
individuals.
I think that's reasonable. Of course.
Probably 4 to 5 rations per person as well. If you guys are down to like 2, like me.
Okay. He'll run some math, and he gets some weight. You'll have to disperse it amidst your horses. I've written this down for the safety and ease here. It's a cumbersome piece, but you guys will have to add it to your supplies. You don't necessarily have to record the weight, but it's for the feeding purposes. It's 240 pounds of food to distribute between all of your horses. It's enough feed for 5 days. 4 days, but 5 days, it'll be fine.
60 a person?
Oh, this is like Oregon Trail when you have to like get enough stuff to feed your ox
Yeah.
to make it across.
Don't you always die in that game?
Yeah.
Most of the time, yeah. The gold cost for that amount of food is 24 gold pieces. He says for the rations, they'll chalk it in for 5 more gold. They tell you we don't have any potions. We do have some weirder stock that we were hoping to have identified when we made it to Sharn, but none amidst us can determine.
Identify.
Yeah, well, we're amidst
You have a caster amidst your group.
multiple.
I can identify
Multiple.
one thing.
Okay.
I can appraise things, but that's not identify, right? So
He crosses his arms. Well, we'd be willing to haggle and barter if you would make things easier on us. I'm sure that we can accommodate to some of your needs.
I have some pretty wild needs.
I don't. Can you be more clear?
Yeah, I was hoping for. Do you have any horse clothes?
Like saddlebags.
No, Stuart's kind of got like a big personality and is really wanting to look a little bit more fashionable.
Oh, like a tabard then.
What's a tabard?
It's what you would drape from chest to back, and oftentimes emblazon a house sigil or a symbol or something of that sort. An emblem, if you will.
As a paladin, I would wear one for my god.
have you not seen the horses fully robed with the symbols
No,
on the front?
I have. I just didn't know they're called a tabard. Okay, I'm learning today. Okay, it's the first time having a horse. Yeah, I would like a tabard. You have a tabard?
For people, I think that we could cobble this, but for horses, no, I'm afraid not. Perhaps wherever
Told you.
you're going, if you're going to a major town.
I told you, like, you wouldn't have what I needed. But this is fine. No, show us your items. I might be interested in them, too.
Of course, of course. Give me just a moment. Can I get a perception, please, from the 4 of you? 24's good. 30's
Holy
better.
moly.
16
Oh,
is still
big.
good. I think everybody, we're going to say that Ivan is going to spot this first. As he begins to retreat back to the middle cart, then everybody's eyes will also fall upon this. Bam. You notice, Ivan, and then everyone else, there is a wheel, like a wagon wheel, that is tied carefully to the side of the middle wagon. It's dark, ornate. It's unlike the plain wooden wheels of the carts that they have here right now. It's finely carved, blackened, and bears subtle symbols that feel familiar. It is damaged, admittedly, but you were recently given the description of a cart that had a similar description to some of these symbols and the same type of wood. And then everyone else will also glean that information. You pick that up as well. The man comes stumbling back with a handful of goods. He's very, very careful. There is what looks to be some sort of blanket or swath of linen beneath it so as to not necessarily touch it. Well, I have a few things, and if you wouldn't mind, I could use the help.
What'd you say your name was?
I didn't say my name. Gareth. I'm sorry, sir. Gareth. Is
See what
that
they've got?
pardon?
Yeah, what do you have?
Let's see what they've got.
Oh,
I can
forgive
identify
me.
something.
Sure. He produces a few things before you. The first thing that he lays out is what looks to be a finely embroidered cloak. As it begins to shift and move, there's a subtle shimmer, and it seems as if it doesn't necessarily emit heat, but something is removing the sheer cold of the wind around you. It says, we can't be certain about this, but we hazard to use it in fear of what it might do. Understanding how curses work, and we've heard awful things, and we don't want that to happen to us.
All right. Well, would you like me to identify that, or is there something else?
Well, can you identify all of them? He has 5 items.
I think I can only do... Can I use the same spell on a different level?
What level is the spell?
It's a level 1 identify.
Okay.
And I have it clicked for one prepared as one of the spells that I can use. So I can use that once, right? Or can I use that?
It's one of your
4
spells
times?
prepared. You can use it for the amount of times that you have first level spells.
Oh, so I can use them. It's just total amount.
It takes your spell
for
slots.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can identify 4 then.
Okay. The second item that it produces is an ornate brass compass. Can't really tell what this does, but it's clear that it's magical. Next, he produces a set of 4 silver rings. Between them, a small chain. It's etched with runes that glow dimly in the light. These I don't trust. The fourth item is a leather-bound journal. And the fifth is a blackened steel dagger with a strange symbol on its pommel. Can't say that I know much about that either, but it feels like bad luck.
I want to know about the dagger, Cain.
Same. I'd like to look at the leather-bound journal as well. How about each of you pick one as well? I'm looking at the rest of the group. Minus Anju, because he's not here. Out of character.
What? He's not here?
Dagger for me.
It was runes, right? There were some runes.
There were rings
So, like,
that had runes in them.
Rings!
Yeah.
Rings. Okay, I heard the rune part. The rings.
And they're hooked together by a silver chain. So it's like 4 rings hooked together. It's almost like sounds like a brass knuckly type of. I mean, it could be something.
Okay. Yeah, check that
We
out.
have to exclude one thing. So what are we going to exclude? That's what we need to actually. I want the book, because it's a book. I mean, come on. The dagger. And then there was.
It was a compass or something, right?
There's a compass.
Compass?
There is, yes.
Compass might
The
be cool.
compass is sketch.
There's a cloak,
ornate-
a compass,
ornate-
rings, a journal, and a dagger.
I think we skip the compass. We know what a
I
compass
think-
does. It points
I
you in the
think we
direction of something.
Yeah, I think we skip the rings though, because I like having a compass because it can
What if
guide you to
it-
things.
yeah.
and
But if it's
Yeah.
an evil,
guides
if
are
it's an
good.
evil compass, it could just be guiding you to its evil thing.
But what if?
But we'll
what if
know
it's
what
a
it is
good
when I
compass?
identify it.
What if it's a good compass that tracks whatever you want?
Fine, don't
That's
look
what
at the
I was
rings.
thinking. Like, what if it goes to your most desired thing? Or
You
something
just
like
don't
that?
Yeah.
like being fashionable.
Hey, I was the one who suggested the rings.
Because you have good
And now,
fashion.
thank you. Stop. Yeah, I can get behind the compass. If anything, I think the book is the most boring. But like, I'm not
I
a reader.
agree.
How dare you?
Well, actually, maybe the book. Yeah, I was also thinking the compass.
Well, I'm identifying them, so I'm picking the book.
I'll take
Then just
the dagger.
solve them, Cain. Just solve whatever you want.
Fine, I won't. I will exclude the dagger then.
Oh,
Wait,
That is
wait.
untrue. You love the dagger.
I do, but I like the compass more now.
So
You just are doing this to be mean.
exclude the rings. It's fine. I can bow out of
Good,
it.
that's what I
don't-
wanted in the first place.
If you didn't want our opinion, then why did you ask for it?
Cast the damn spell, man.
I weigh your opinion, and I found it incorrect.
You know what?
Okay,
Thank
so-
you for the honesty. Thank
Man,
you.
am I
I'll
right?
identify everything but the rings.
Okay. You're going to succeed on identify. Okay. Identify is just going to happen. You don't have to cast it every time.
Spellcraft.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
So it's going to give you a plus
My
10%,
spellcraft's
or a
banging.
plus 10 to your spellcraft check. So give me a spellcraft. We'll start with your first
Wow.
item.
Okay.
It's going to give you, again, it's plus 10 to that.
Oh, okay.
So it's a 24.
Oh.
24.
Okay.
Your first item, you said, was you wanted the journal, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okie dokie. The journal is, in fact, magical, and you are able to ascertain that it does have some properties here. Your journal, what you can determine from its enchantment school, okay, this is definitely a wondrous item. It's uncommon. It may not be exclusively rare, but it's uncommon for sure. The effect is that anything written in this journal cannot be smudged or erased by mundane means. It's an ink-proof journal. You've heard of these. Definitely not something the common man comes across. More for tricks than anything else. However, you can tell that there is something additional weaved inside of this. You can see the arcane weave. You can't quite make out its school. If you'd like to take a desperation die, even at rolling a 1, you will succeed.
Don't you have 2 already?
Yes, I do.
What's 2 to 3? That's fine. Just one more.
Yeah, okay, I'll do it.
Okay, sure. With the desperation dice, even with the extra whatever you roll, 1 is fine. You know that there is something about this. It's a curse, but it's not the same kind of a curse that you're expecting. Not something that's initially going to harm you. When you get a curse like this, it's sort of like more of a quirk than anything else. You've heard about these. This makes it exceedingly rare. The weave in arcane is of the school of divinity. The quirk is that if a lie is written inside, the ink, regardless of the ink used, will always come out red.
That's
Pretty
cool.
That is
What if-
cool. So it's like a
What if
blind
I use
effect.
red ink though?
Well, then we slap you because that's our journal.
You found the loophole.
Like,
It makes it a lie. That's cool.
It's up to you to tell everybody about that, but that's what you know.
I'm gonna tell them that it's a normal book, so I get normal prices. Probably is what I'm gonna try to say.
Well, he definitely knows it's magical.
Wow.
He's aware that it's
Well,
magical.
I'm gonna be like, this is a journal. You can't smudge stuff, dude. You've heard
gotcha.
you've heard of these. You
Okay.
know?
Sure. What would you
We'll
like to
see.
roll to next?
Let me identify everything else before I start bluffing my ass off. I'll do the dagger next.
Got it. See spellcraft. Huge.
35.
Wow, wow,
Damn.
wow, wow. Okay. All right. So 35 is massive. Needless to say, you don't have to roll any kind of desperation there. This is not a common item. It's rather rare. This is definitely a cursed item. You can see the curse weaved into it. It's malicious by design. The school itself is occultism necromance. So you're seeing a lot of nastiness wrapped up in this.
Okay.
Above board, the effect is that it deals 1d4 necrotic damage on all successful hits. The curse you can see, once attuned, the wielder will always have a disadvantageous roll on saving throws against fear and paranoia.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool, though.
The curse, its quirk, the symbol of the pommel is a seal that traps the dagger's previous owner's restless spirit.
Oh, it's got a soul in it from the previous owner, probably. Ooh, I don't even know who would use that out of our group. I mean, it's a
be
dagger, so like
stacking
anybody.
curses.
You want it?
I'd be stacking
ago?
curses. I'm just saying if there's anybody that could fit it. That's not that I want it.
Ivan Dagger.
I'm just thank you. See, thank you. I'm stacking evil and curses right now. I got other memories in my head. I got other voices in my head. I used to have a horse in my head.
Okay. All right, let's do the cloak.
Yeah.
Sure. Tell me what you get.
25.
25 is good. It's an uncommon item. When worn, while worn, it grants resistance to cold damage. It's a minor effect. The cloak shimmers subtly change hue based on the wearer's mood as well, though only perceptible to the closest of observers.
Yeah, we should have done the knuckles instead of that one.
Each time, the merchant's like looking up at you, like really hopeful that you have information.
Almost done. One more. One more.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
a Minecraft
Last
NPC.
one, and then I'll let you know. 28.
And you wanted
on
the compass. Okay.
Yeah.
This is it's an uncommon wondrous item. Its effect is divination. The compass needle always points to the nearest major city or town.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of helpful, but not like the most useful thing.
Yeah, it helps you. It helps you. Yeah, it helps you if you're like dying.
If
and
you're
you don't know where
Honestly,
civilization
Stuck in
is.
fog, you know?
The
Magic
compass.
fog.
You were right. The compass is the least interesting of the items. I'm a.
Oh,
Damn it!
Bet you those rings were real powerful.
Well, we can still buy them, and you can put them on and deal with what happens.
They do look very fashionable, and I do like fashion as I flick my scarf.
We could actually purchase it blind if he'll sell it to us, and then tomorrow, or after I get some more of my spell slots back, then I can identify it as well.
He has definitely not left this area, as he's expecting you to tell him what these things do. So if you just said that right in front of him,
I'll tell him all of everything. I'll tell him everything except for the journal. The journal one.
do you have access to second level spells yet?
Yes.
You can.
Okay,
You can
okay,
sacrifice the
then
second
fuck
level.
it. Okay, I'll just do that then.
Go for it.
Yeah. I had 3 anyway.
Rings.
Okay.
Spellcraft.
Let's hit him with the rings. 30.
Yo!
Huge. That's what you needed as well. This is probably the rarest amidst the items themselves. These are
Damn it.
runed silver rings. They can
make you
be
look
separated.
sick.
You can only wear one at a time. So you would have to split them per other individuals, but they are netted together. While wearing this ring, the wearer is granted a +1 to their dexterity and a +2 to acrobatics checks.
Oh shit! It's for 4 people.
Correct.
But you're webbed together.
They're webbed together. What?
The rings themselves are like there's a chain between them, so you
Yeah.
can separate them.
Yeah, we can.
You can
we
separate them. Oh.
Yeah, we can each. 4 of us can have one and get stat boost. So what? What you said? Acrobatics and
It's
what,
+1 to your
dex?
dexterity and then +2 to acrobatics checks.
You should just tell them they're normal.
I mean, that's pretty good.
I would just like to reiterate again that I was right about the rings. That is all. Thank you.
Wait, why when I scroll aside real quick, when I scroll over my dex, it says it's 16.
Yeah.
When I let go, it says it's 14. So what's -2ing me?
It's your race.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But don't I get armor for per dex net or something AC?
Correct.
Or-
Yeah. You actually get like a passive. It's a passive bonus.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
fine.
Yeah. I'll tell him about. I guess I'll tell him about everything except for the journal because I
Got
want
it.
that. But first, I want to be like I want to barter with him, and be like, oh, like, can I get a discount on? Can I get a heavy discount on one of these items for identifying these and using my magic?
Well, if you are prepared to tell me what these things do, I would be happy to compensate you with all of the food that's necessary.
That's
for
a
the
good
horse and
compensation.
yourselves.
That's like a discount on the items if you buy them. 'cause then it's-
I'd rather have the items discount. They're probably worth more gold than the food.
Well, I can't guarantee a discount if you don't tell me what they do. It's the nature of the predicament.
Tell you
What-
4, and if you're happy with the information, then for the 5th item, you can give me a discount on one of them.
All right, fine. But you're still paying for the
That
food
way,
in full.
we're compromising. We'll pay for the food,
Okay.
of course, as agreed.
What do you say to him?
Gonna tell him that the cloak helps you stay warm. That the dagger's cursed. It probably has someone's soul trapped into it.
Thought as much. Looks very, very unsavory.
Mm-hmm. The rings, they give stat boosts to acrobatics, make you more limber. They could be split up. They don't seem like they have any negative side effects that I can tell.
Very good.
The journal, it's one of those uncommon ones that you can write in and the ink doesn't smudge. And then what? The compass will point you to the nearest city.
So you
Large
wanted
city.
You wanted the discount on the compass then. You said the 5th item.
Oh, wow. I meant to only tell him 4, and then on the 5th, then ask for the item that I wanted discounted. But I mean, I did blurt it out, I guess. So
Mm-hmm. All is fine. You tell me which one you'd like the discount on.
Which one do you want, Ivan? You want the dagger? It's probably the most expensive. Or that or the rings.
Attracted to wares that are shiny. But a curse sounds interesting. I'm used to those.
I'm going to take a cursed item on purpose.
You would want a cursed item.
Can I like back? Yeah, no, I don't really know. Can I like take a step back into the group
Yeah, of course. Of course you can.
and just like whisper under my breath? If there's somebody trapped in there, can you feed on them?
I see.
Fuck. What the fuck? That's messed up.
What exactly are you asking?
I'm feeding you. Free food.
You wish to feed me some poor and unfortunate soul.
Pretty much. So that you don't harm my friends again.
You can only sate my hunger for a time.
But don't work.
You've piqued my interest. I'll bite.
I'll take the dagger.
Of course. You'd have to get the curse removed. What seems fair?
No? Can I appraise it?
Sure. Go ahead. Give me an appraise.
Now that I know what it is fully? 20.
You think that this is probably knowing the effect, right? Necromantic damage is not something that you can just shirk off so easily. So this could probably fetch, I want to say in the wheelhouse about 250 gold.
Okay. Well, with the discount, how about 125 gold?
Tell you what,
Taking a curse off your hands.
with the food, 100 gold. You can keep the excess. We don't need the bad blood of dropping off cursed weapons at local armories inside of Sharn. We have a name. We have a reputation. We can't be harming that. And if you wish to take it, who am I to say no to that?
Deal.
Good. That's good business. Easy
How
enough.
much for the journal, would you think? Or would you like me to make an offer on that as well?
You said it was just an ink-proof journal. What's the real value in that? I don't know. Maybe
I don't have one.
40 gold? Is that fine? Yeah, it's worth over that, for sure. Magic spells, like lacing them onto an item permanently, takes a lot of work, even at the lowest levels. It's difficult.
Are you guys interested in the rings as well? What are you thinking?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we can, if most of us can wear one, I mean, I think that's very useful.
I think it's useful to have.
And we'll all
Okay.
look slightly better.
Are we good on
Yeah.
the compass and the armor then? Or, I mean, we're probably like screwed as soon as we don't take the armor, right? With something cold, I'm sure. But that's, usually how that goes.
It was a robe, right? It wasn't.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's a robe.
cloak, yeah.
It's a cloak, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
so
pretty
it's not like it's going to be good on the fire user, because I would say that's the only person that would want it. So, because
If it
If you're a
it's-
fire user, you're gonna be harmed at cold, right?
Well, if we're in the cold, couldn't we just stand near Sera? Her arm's on fire.
Feasibly, but when you guys woke this morning, her tent was just fine, and it's not like she immediately found a way to staunch the fire. Right? It still continued burning through the night, so her tent didn't
We don't know
burn.
that yet.
Yeah.
Probably like a holy flame kind of weird thing going on.
Yeah, let's just grab the rings then, if we can get a good price on them.
Yeah, let me just throw some appraises out. That's for the ring.
It's very expensive.
Yeah.
It's above 500 gold for sure.
Yeah, but we could do sick backflips.
I mean, it's a significant raise, right? Most of these magical attribute items are very expensive, but they're oftentimes at a +2 modifier. This is a minor modifier, but there's 4 of them. You can only wear 1, but there is 4 of them.
Do you guys have any gold on you? Just wondering on your character
I have
sheet?
77.
Okay.
I'm broke. That's a main point for my character.
I got
Sorry.
some golden wheat. Do they want to buy that? I got 1 golden wheat left.
You gonna sell this man some drugs?
Maybe. I got 1 explosive left, it says.
Oh my
I
god!
I
got-
think I used that, didn't I?
I got some gold. I got
Can I-
100 gold.
Could I just draw him a
100?
portrait for money? Does he want makeup? That's all I can
Oh,
offer.
we're gonna. We can.
Anju has quite a bit of gold. You guys
Yeah,
have
I don't know
rarely
how much,
touched.
though.
You've rarely touched that money. He has at
Like,
least
we have
100
like 4K
platinum.
gold, right?
He has at least 100 platinum. That's 1,000
Yeah,
gold.
we're fucking rolling right now.
We have way more than 100 platinum too. I feel like
It's the
Not, like,
extra
way
gold
more,
over the top
but
of that. You guys probably also have about 300 gold additionally.
We have like gems and shit. I don't even know
No
if we
gems.
sold those yet.
Now you guys don't.
don't have any-
Anju has some gems that he's pilfered, but nobody else. Like I don't think anybody else is really aware of those yet.
Oh, we don't know about the gems he snagged.
No.
Oh my god, Anju. Okay. I mean, that's like if we get all that and leave out the compass and the cloak. 100 plus the dagger plus the food, and then
40 for the book.
40
So that's
for the
140.
book, 140, and then it'd be like 640 at
I mean,
least.
remember, you guys, you're good at bargaining with people. You have diplomacy. You have sway.
Yeah.
So use
If-
that. These are
if you
skills that
want-
you have.
Yeah, if you want me to bargain,
Ivan.
I was letting you take the reins for this.
Ivan, you come and botch. I'm no good at this. I'm only good at identifying the things. I got a discount on the knife, though.
As I like step up, I'll just listen to you. What do you think it's worth? What do you think they're worth?
You're speaking to the thing inside of you.
Oh.
Or are you talking to Cobalt?
No, I was talking
Exactly.
to I was talking to Cain. I was
Okay.
whispering to Cain as I walk past, like, because I'm like nuzzling up and I'm gonna like lean forward because he's wanting me to do something. And I'm
Sure.
just-
I'll tell him the market value of everything.
Got it. So you're given a market value, a rough estimate, and based off of the things that he's asked thus far.
Listen, I think that you're giving us a hell of a deal on the dagger, and I do appreciate that.
We do pride ourselves on honest work.
40 for the notebook, though. It's really just because he's a researcher and he doesn't want to smudge things while we're out in the field. You got to understand that it's good work, and you'd be giving it to a very proud scholar.
I mean, it's not even a lie.
Give me a diplomacy check.
I mean, I'm not lying. I'm just stretching the truth.
That's
Fair.
fair.
That's what you do in diplomacy.
Not bad.
You said he was a researcher. What does he study?
Everything, really.
Dragon shards.
Dragon shards.
Those are my specialty.
And you're from
He's, one of the
Shard.
most advanced researchers at the university.
You're at the university with Morgrave.
Yes. He actually is her right-hand man for quite some time. Then he went on an extended research project out into some of the furthest caves you've ever seen.
Wow.
To research a particularly dangerous shard. Very interesting stuff, and I'd love to give you more of an explanation, but unfortunately we're cut for time. Maybe if we could meet back up in Sharn in a few weeks' time, we'll be back. And I'd love to sit at the tavern and have a good meal and tell you all about it. What do you say?
Wait, then
25.
we can work on that. But first, you said something very interesting. You said that you're at Moorgrave and that you are a researcher on dragon shards. Then, do you know Domina?
Yes.
You've worked with Domina before. She never said anything
Many years
like that.
ago. Many years ago.
Like
When
you
I
said, he's
first
been-
started my tutelage at the university.
They know
He was on an
Domina
extended
too.
project for about 20 years, in fact.
You've known Domina that long, then you must know what happened with, well, did you meet a man named Cain Carpenter?
Oh Lord. What about this?
Oh, that evil
Person.
snickety bitch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Smelled terrible.
He destroyed their lab. He left her high and dry. She was hoping that he would marry her.
No. We ran into him we ran into him at a tavern, and I'll tell you what.
You
I'll let
saw
you know
him.
that I slapped him in the face for what he did.
Give me a bluff.
Take that as payment.
You have him wrapped. Just
I mean,
twisted
honestly,
around your
I'm
fingers.
not even lying. I have hit him in
You
the
have
face.
hit him in the face, yeah.
This is, all the things you're saying are technically like just
Yeah,
little
I'm-
white
it's-
lies.
Yeah, this is a bard's specialty. Like you
Truly.
literally put me into.
She sang his praises for so long, and he let my big sister down. I swear, if I ever see him,
She's your sister.
Big sister.
she's my big sister. You know Domina too.
We've all met her.
we-
Yeah, we've been
We
an
stopped
adventuring
by,
party.
you know,
Yeah.
the
Wow, small
I
world.
have
Recently.
not met her.
Small world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Again, like I said, we'll have to meet up at the Broken Anvil and have a bite with Miriam.
Oh, she has the best coffee.
She's my mother.
She.
I don't have to roll a bluff. I don't have to roll a bluff on that one, Bubba. I believe it. That's in my damn blood.
Did she? She adopted you.
Yeah. Took me in when I was needing shelter and a good bite to eat. Believe it or not, I was skinnier than this.
She's a good woman. Like my
Best of
sister.
us.
You know what?
Best of us.
He leans in. Between you and me. You know, I don't. And he's very hesitant. And he finally you know what? Fuck that guy. I never liked him. I knew Doms was too good for him. I knew
Tell you
it.
what, you give us that journal for free. I'll hit him again next time I see him.
Go ahead.
Wait, when he said "fuck that guy," can I run and cover where I think Gunny's ears would be?
Yes,
Because
yes,
he
you can.
doesn't like bad words.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
When you rush over, you overhear Gunny.
He's got a mouth on him, swear.
I know. Stay hopeful, Gunny. It's okay.
the pause there for a moment. You know, Mr. Dragon Man, if you come across him, because you know Domina, if you come across that Cain Carpenter, just pop him one. Just hit him right in the face. That I never got to. You know, she wept for years. For years. And she'll never say it. But she still loves that idiot. Can't stand it. I wish she'd
How
move
you know
on.
It's true. That's how you know it's true love, though. You know, true love does last forever. It's a shame.
You know, that's why she married. She married the Moorgrave guy. That's why she married him. Because she was hoping that one day Cain would come back, and that he would still have access to a lab. She believed in him. She trusted him.
What a shame.
It is.
Tragic.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I can part with this easy enough. It's a loss, but it's not vast.
Keep them all are gold, Ivan.
Not everything is in money.
Thank you.
You're gonna make up for it when I see that bastard one day. The last thing, though, that we're interested in, I think, is these These rings of backflips.
All right. Well, they're for sale. Now that I know what they can do, they're for sale.
What's your second best offer?
Second best, I haven't had a first yet.
You see this one over here?
Who do you point to?
Sera.
Yes.
Every single time that we try to walk anywhere with her, in any sort of thickets, anything with a branch along the ground, slap, right on the ground, face first. It's embarrassing. We did it as we were walking into combat once, and our foe laughed so hard he peed himself. We had to then fight that guy. We had to fight a guy with pee-pee in his pants.
That's embarrassing.
Who's it more embarrassing? The fact that we had to fight a pee guy, or that she keeps falling over the place with her clanky armor?
I can't decide. I just can't decide. That's awful all the way around.
Yes. Quite dreadful.
Sera, give me a bluff. He's already wrapped around Ivan at this point. I gotta give him a chance, right? I have to.
Yeah, for sure.
$16 to your 13. Kind of furrows his brow for a moment. Hey, I get it. I would be the same. I would be the same way in these situations. Well, I mean, look, I'm not a fighter. All right, I'm just not. So
when she's on her feet and can swing a sword, it looks great. She's cut a man in half with one swing.
I mean, she is rather broad, very strong looking.
Yeah. And how intimidating would it be if she walked into battle? And let's picture her a story up. She's gonna jump down to face her enemy, and on the way down, she does a front flip. They would immediately bow down before she even lifts a weapon.
I can see it. I can see
for
it.
her.
It sounds like it. It sounds like it.
Now, I don't want to part the ways of all four of them, so I'll take them off of your hands for 300 gold.
That's not much of a profit in our pockets. As much as I want to see her flip and slice and twine.
You give it to us for 325 gold, and she'll do a backflip right now in front of your eyes, armor and all.
I will.
You will.
I will.
And if she doesn't land it, I'll put 50 gold on top of it.
Deal. Now that's something I want to see. You know, you got a silver tongue on you. You know how to move a man. All right, big lady, let's see it.
She gets to wear the ring, though. She does get to wear the.
I understand. I understand. You.
Okay. It was just very clear. It was like she didn't wear the ring. You know.
Might I have the ring, please?
He will provide for you the series of rings. You'll only get the effect of +1. The acrobatics is going to go up by 2 as well. So your dex is going to go up by 1. Your acrobatics will go up by 2.
I look at Ivan with daggers as I take the ring.
Can I cast my bardic performance?
I'm like, you better have something up your sleeve here, Ivan.
Of course you can.
on the inspire courage.
Inspiring courage. This will give you a +1 bonus to saving throws and effects. So you're just going to get an additional +1 on top of that.
Listen, I've never believed in you more than now. Look at your flaming arm.
You, Sera, are doing a backflip. This is difficult for people that aren't wearing armor.
I am gonna. You know what? Okay. I will attempt.
Your
do a
DC.
backflip.
Your DC is 15.
All right.
You do have a luck reroll.
I have a luck reroll. All right, let's try it, gang. I will use my luck. I will use my luck reroll. Please. Please, God.
That's
okay.
a 2.
I'm okay.
You went from a 2 to a 1.
Oh my God. I swear to God, Ivan. We're gonna blow this entire thing is gonna be destroyed now because of this.
Oh.
All of your gift of gab for me to flop on it all.
Listen, the dice tell a story, man. And that you know what, Tracy, you've played tabletop games long enough. I am going to pass the stick of storytelling to you, and I want you to describe just how Sera goes through this.
Firstly, who's watching right now? I need to just know. I need to know.
It's your core group, right? There are 6 merchants. It's 2 per wagon, and a group of 4 guards.
Okay, literally everybody is watching this at this time.
They've all stopped what they were doing at the premise of this incredibly strong woman with a flaming arm to do a backflip.
You watch Sera again. First, she stares at Ivan like, "What the fuck?" And then she's like, "Okay," and she takes a couple of steps back, clink, 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 and 3, 2, 1. She tries to flip, and just all you see is silver everywhere. Just a clunk, 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 and it's just the loudest mess of clunks of armor all over the ground. And you watch Sera fall flat on her ass. Her red hair just hits the back of the pavement. And you almost get scared for a second, like she just got a concussion or something.
Absolutely fails the sticking the landing on this. The sound of could only be registered as a series of cookware repeatedly clanging into each other.
The horses get startled and look like they're ready to run away.
Even Gunny's like,
My God, that was awful. That was like someone help her up.
it's not looking great.
I'll be staring at her until I see her lift her head back up, and then I'll just bust out in a gut-busting laughter, and I'll be like, "Sir, you have a deal. I knew it was going to be entertaining, no matter what. Worth the 50 gold. Not even a big deal. You take that. Now, some things can't be saved, but the rest of us maybe will be doing a little bit better when we got to jump a gap." Thank you.
Everyone's laughing. He's losing. He was not expecting that performance. Stellar. You hear a couple of slow claps. The men and the women alike are laughing at this point. You feel like the butt of a joke, Sera.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was obvious, right? It was coming from miles away. But that does something to you.
Oh.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That does something to you.
Oh, no. I poked the bear. I didn't realize that there's a bear now, okay?
Ignites inside of you when you hear the laughs of the common man and woman, the guards, even your own group. The only person that ventured forth to even question your health was a warforged with no legs, declaring that someone should help that woman up.
As everybody's laughing and Ivan's handing over the money or whatever and just laughing to himself, I get up, I take my flaming arm and I pound it into the ground right next to Ivan.
Sure. Give me...
With intimidation.
Ooh, give me an intimidate check here.
Ooh, good. I added some points in this. Oh my God! What the hell?
I like to think that the flaming arm fizzles out in embarrassment.
It's not super intimidating. It's hard to be intimidated by someone who has like pine in their hair and it's going in all directions, right? She looks kind of insane. But the fury is there on her face. It's rage. It's embedded. This is the first time you've really seen Sera kind of lose it. And though it's not immediately intimidating, you can't ignore the fact that when her knuckles struck the ground, for a moment you swore it shifted the cobble, laid stone for decades,
Yeah.
but now it's lower. And it
Yeah, regardless of also not, intimidating me, it still can see that she's very upset.
very much so.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
And then I
anger is
just
genuine.
I do that and I realize it didn't land the way I wanted to, so I just get up and walk away.
Frustrated, she immediately leaves. You've agreed to the terms. You will separate your gold. He gave you the book for free, the 100 gold for the food, and the dagger for you, and your rings at 375. So 475, you have enough food for yourselves for the time. You'll have enough food for the horses for the time. The dagger, the rings, and the book. He keeps the compass and the cloak. It was easy. You still can't help but shake. That feeling, though, glancing back over him as he returns them to the cart. That wagon wheel. It matches Lucan's wagon.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to mention that as soon as we got away. That we should hail these guys.
Yeah.
Does anybody say
I just
anything
used
to
all
them?
my spells
You did use all your spells, yeah.
except for one level 2. No, wait. 2 level 2s.
You know, I think, given the nature of this, Anju would probably bring it up. At least to you guys. Strong chance. He would say,
No, I know.
doesn't that kind of looks like
Yeah,
Lucan's black coach.
we kind of had to pay it off. And we got some good stuff out of it, but we're tailing those guys for sure.
I mean, they said they were going to Sharn. That's the opposite direction. We're going to Trollenport.
Do you think they already ran into Lucan?
Well, I don't know how else they would have got the wheel. Makes the most sense to me.
We can assume that
Ivan.
there were multiple parties sent after the sword, and they got there first.
Ivan, ask them how they came upon such a unique coach.
I'll crack my neck as I walk back towards the group. Whoa! What is that?
Glances over his shoulder.
That wheel. I recognize that. Where did you get that?
The lead merchant's eyes narrows as he considers your question, glancing at the dark, ornate wheel that has now been strapped to the side of their middle wagon. And after a brief silence and an exhale, he speaks in a low, sort of cautious tone. Yeah, we came across a wagon pulled off the road not far from here. About a day ago. The wheel was all smashed up. There's a woman. She was the only one on the wagon. Or at least, that's what she said. We didn't bother look inside. It looked like she'd been stranded for some time. It's rather fierce, too. Not the kind of woman that you really want to cross. Carried herself with a very unsettling confidence. He shifts sort of uneasily, and then continues. She told us that her wagon got hit by something big while she was traveling through a thick fog. We hadn't seen any fog, but she didn't say much more than that. Just that she'd been stuck there waiting for help. And when she showed us a royal seal, well, that's when things kind of changed. We couldn't leave her. It was our duty. He looks to a woman nearest him on the first wagon. She nods. Her voice is softer but still steady. So we stopped to help. It took a while, but we managed to swap out the broken wheel with one from our own supplies. The merchant that you've been speaking to now, his voice drops a little lower. And the horses that she had? 4 of the finest I've ever seen, all like yours. Sleek, powerful, and oddly like they obeyed her without even needing the reins. Like she had some kind of bond with them.
I appreciate the info, and I'll flick him an additional gold
Hey.
from my own stash, not the group's.
He catches it. Appreciate it. Thanks. But glad it's over. Why you?
Yeah, no, that sounds really weird, but okay.
What's her name? Grelshaw. Grelshaw?
She didn't say a name. We didn't really ask a lot of questions, especially when she flashed the royal seal. Not too many people get those,
Yeah,
and we dare not interfere with the king's work.
appreciate that.
Of course.
Thank you.
You guys aren't chasing her, are you?
No.
We're afraid that other people are after her, so we're supposed to be following her, but we also got lost in the fog.
Well,
And we thought that maybe she had gotten captured. It's good to know that she's still on her way.
listen. I can tell when people are bluffing from a mile away. You can tell when they're lying. And I saw a little bit in you, but I like a good story. And she lied. She wasn't alone. There was definitely someone inside of that wagon. Someone that it left me feeling real uneasy. And it seemed
Then
like
we
no
better
matter
move fast.
how I moved and how I worked, even when I was out of view, I still felt like I was being watched. So just be careful. You seem like kind folk. All right? Just be careful.
You as well. These roads are always dangerous.
Hey, nods. I'll be on our way then.
As I catch back up to the group, it means that they're not going to be as far away as we thought. We might be able to catch them sooner than we originally intended. We should prepare, as if we're going to see them any minute.
Sounds good. These new items should help a little bit.
I'll be gripping on my dagger really tightly.
What should I do? Should I just say there they are, or I don't know.
Just keep a hopeful eye out.
Well, that I can do. And Sera, that you did great in trying. I couldn't have done it.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
I do apologize for putting you on the spot. I should have warned
What
you.
was the point of that, Ivan?
Bargaining.
That
I got us a major discount.
was that. It could have been anything, and you decide to bargain me doing a backflip.
I didn't know it would make you upset. I thought you would have found it funny.
Suppose it was a little funny.
It was. I thought that maybe you could do it. I used some of my magic to try to help you.
I thought that I might be able. There was a moment deep down where I thought maybe I could have done it, but
I think my problem is I should have bargained that you could have stepped on like a milk crate or something, giving you just a little bit more height. That was my fault. Yeah, my fault.
well, it's fine. It's over now. We got our stuff.
Next thing we buy is for you.
Thank you.
You got the ring.
Yes.
Who's going to wear those, by the way? There are 5 of you and only 4 rings.
Yes.
One of us isn't here in spirit. I don't think and he would claim that he has cat-like reflexes already, so I think...
Yeah.
Okay.
I could use. I mean, the dex doesn't. I'm at an even number, so.
Is even better.
Yes. When
You
you,
don't
go,
get a
you don't get
bonus.
you get a bonus. The moment that you go to an odd integer, you don't get a new bonus until you move to an even integer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Heard.
But the acrobatics is nice for just
Yeah.
putting a ring on too. So
Honestly, you guys got an incredible deal. These are
yeah.
significantly more valuable than you paid for, so it's worthwhile. Yeah, it did come at the cost of
freaking well done.
I'm
humiliation.
excited. We got some cool stuff. We can use that book to interrogate people. How much is that worth with the
that book
live
is
thing?
crazy good.
With the
Yeah.
quirk on it.
Yeah.
That book is probably, because of the nature of it, you're probably looking like four or 500 gold.
Ooh, okay.
I
Yeah.
got that shit for free.
Yeah, and I had it at 40 for you to work down to free.
Dude, I
Pretty
just
good.
ruined that guy, all right?
It was awesome. We gotta tell
Told
you,
him
we
you were
just
a-
tagged him. I'm like, all right, here's what this shit is. Get in there, champ. Like, rub your shoulders. You just lie your way through everything. That was great.
I don't think I
Here's
lied
doing-
all that much about that, okay? It was...
Okay, so if
Diplomacy too.
you're going to be wearing these rings, go into your character sheet and you will. Let me pull up one here. We're going to look at Anju's for the sake of this. Into your dexterity, over in the temporary column, just add 1 to that. Just put 1. And then in your skills columns for acrobatics, in miscellaneous, put 2.
Not in temporary?
You could put it in temporary. Either or is fine. It's not a big deal.
What
Okay.
was the one?
That's to dexterity.
I see.
Can I put the ring on and then attempt a backflip?
Of course you can.
You motherfucker.
That's
It's
clean.
like I put it on and
Backflips.
crack my knuckles and...
It's clean. A 24 looks good. You stick the landing. You don't even kick up much in the way of pine or dust or cobble. It looks good. Just a
You
pause.
just took the armor off. You just taking the armor off.
You push your way to your horses. And you continue to move. You follow on into the night. You've collected everything. You honestly feel pretty good about things, all things considered. The road before you bends slightly into a low hollow as it starts to shift into nightfall. It's dusk. The tree line opens just enough to reveal a grim scene. There's a wagon. It lies tipped on its side. It's just in sight. Do you rush up immediately? Or do you push?
Hell no. No, if I saw it, I would immediately try to stop the rest of the group.
Okay.
Guys, you see what I see, right?
Huh? What?
Formation.
We should go on foot, off to the side of the road, stealthily.
Oh, well, I'm certainly good at that.
I can help.
Is it too soon to laugh at that, or is it okay?
It's fine. Let's go and try to be as quiet as we can.
As you begin to move, shifting carefully and quietly, moving on horseback and stealthing, not really a whole lot of an option. If you wish to continue, though, Cain, you can. Just know that the horse makes it difficult. The bleeding of their hoof
Getting off
step.
the horses.
Is that what you'd like to do then? Okay. You tether them to a tree. Not far. Probably about 120 or so feet out. You begin creeping up.
We leave Gunny with them.
He understands. Movement isn't exactly his forte. As you continue to shift carefully, quietly. Weapons drawn?
Dagger out.
Okay. The wagon, as it continues to slide into view, you notice first and foremost its axles shattered. Front wheel cracked like a dry bone. Golden wheat and pale barley spill out into the earth, soaked now with last night's rain and beginning to sour. At 30 feet, you notice the coach driver lies face down. Near the front of the wreckage, his body is still. A crossbow in his hand, his cloak ripped as though something large had torn it in its haste. His blood pooled into the wheel rut. The coach itself bears slashes and burn marks on its side. Some mundane, others clearly magical. What was once a finely crafted merchant's coach is now a torn open husk, left as carrion for the road. What will you do?
Are we
like to look for
Are we
clues.
are we up upon it now, or are we?
Yeah. Is anything around, like, the greater surroundings? Yeah.
It's dark. You're only catching little bits of vision here at this point, mostly because of the light of your arm, Sera. If you wish to have a torch, you can. Just know that a beacon in the dark is not a great way to
Right.
hide.
I really can't do any stealth, guys. Not only do I have clanky armor, I have a flaming arm that I can't
Spark
really...
that torch. Now that we're here, and
If it makes you feel better, I also glow a little bit, but it's not nearly as bright.
Stealth ain't our thing.
okay. I'll light a
But yeah,
torch then,
I'll-
so we can look around.
And I'll help illuminate a bit.
Sure.
And look around.
Gotcha. Makes most sense. If you're going to search the surroundings, or if you wish to search the body or the coach or what have you, roll a perception in this case, and then tell me what you'd like to look at.
I'll keep watch.
Okay.
Okay.
Ivan with a 14.
Whoa.
Oh, thank God.
Nice. Huge. Cain with a 17. Sera with a 14. And Marian with a 28. Massive. So I've got to know. It looks as if Ivan is keeping watch. He's watching. Diligently so. What do we see Cain looking for?
I want to know magically what happened to the cart.
Sure. Give me a knowledge arcana.
Okay. 25.
25 is big. There was... This feels a lot less like fire from magic and a lot more like some sort of alchemical assault. There was some flame that abruptly took to this, but there is like a salve or an unguent that was left behind that's been burned into the wood, but the moisture has hit the rail of this. It's soaked. Can't really quite tell. Could be an alchemical fire.
Like a Molotov.
Something of that sort, yeah. Someone with an understanding of alchemical nature would probably be best
Okay.
here. How about Tracy?
Alchemy.
What is Sera looking at?
The broken, like, you said that it was like ripped up or something, right?
The top of the wagon is, yes.
Yeah. Am I able to understand like what ripped it or any clues or hints from that?
Sure. Yeah, I think so. For the sake of this, let's take a look at some of your relevant skills. Do you have a skill that you'd like to use before I ask for one?
Like some sort of like knowledge.
You could throw a dungeoneering check. We're not in a dungeon, but it's used for more than dungeon delving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you glance over this, you can see that these are sword slashes. This isn't like something burst out of it. The slice is internal to the wagon
Right.
itself. So it looks as if someone from outside swung a weapon and it was able to
Yeah.
split this. From the size of the wagon itself, you're guessing it's probably a large weapon, maybe like a great axe or a great sword.
Sword in the shape of a vampire, maybe.
Yeah. Is this blade like, does it look, well, I don't know if I'd be able to discern anything if it's like the weapon we're looking for.
What can you recall about the weapon that you're looking for?
Yeah, let me look at the notes. It is it's a soul blade. It's got a large ruby in its pommel. It doesn't really help us. I mean, a soul blade, that sounds like a big blade.
It does sound, I mean, yes. When you were given the art of this, it does not look like the same kind of sword that you previously had. You don't think it's a great sword.
Okay.
Could be like a bastard sword. It could probably be a long sword, most likely.
Okay. So the individual isn't using the sword we're looking for, but that doesn't mean they don't have it if they were here at all. Okay. Yeah, I'll just be kind of looking around the cart
Sure. I gotcha.
for anything else. Yeah.
And Marian. What are
Give
you
me
looking
the
for?
body.
Give
I
me
wanna
the
look at
body.
Yeah, I want to look at the body.
Sure.
I'll be forensics.
Sure. Do you turn the body over?
Well, what do I see right now before I make that decision? Remind me.
The driver is face down. There is a pool of blood that has ran through the cuff of the dirt where the wagon wheel itself had slid, so it's created like this indentation in the earth, and the driver's blood has pooled into this. You do see that there is more blood on the scene. You don't see horses.
Could I maybe grab like a stick or something and like wedge it under and flip the driver over so I'm not touching the blood?
It might be a little difficult. He's a bigger guy. It's not that he's tall. He's just heavier set. So
Okay, I'll just use my hands then. I'll
got it. Give me a strength check.
bloody.
I want to see a strength check.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good enough. You are able to flip the body. You turn it onto its side, and you can see that he has several perforations across the body. None of these look like extremely large blades. Give me a heal check.
A heel, you said?
Yes, please. You can't tell what the blow was that killed him, but it could have been any number of these slices. From the look of this and the amount of blood that has rolled from the body, this does not look like the attack of a vampire. Nothing like that, because that's what the take is right now. A vampire wouldn't leave that much blood on the scene. But the amount of wounds across his body indicates that he was likely tortured or played with first.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. So I guess after like figuring that out, I'll go. So don't think this was Vonnier and his buddies. But I don't think we want to find out who did this.
Ivan, can I get a survival from you?
Bird. I'm dying.
You are none the wiser.
I'm keeping a vigilant eye out, guys. Don't worry.
Sure. Perception, please.
I'll do this one well.
Okay. All right. So it completely trumps your survival. It was a harder check, but you nailed it. From 5 to 27. Perfect. From where you stand, you're watching. You're looking for any source of movement. Literally anything at all. You've encountered some bizarre individuals, creatures even. You do see some light. Just enough to alert you. And it takes a finely trained eye to pick this up. Probably about 200 or so feet away, weaved in between some trees. You see something burning. It's not a vast light. It's not like they're trying to conceal it as you're able to pick it up. But you do see light. It's deeper into the forest.
Hey. Look into the trees. We're not alone.
The sound of the keyboard is stunting my brain.
Yeah,
I can't
it
think of
was
anything.
My apologies.
No, it was great. It was the best keyboard.
We should wrap this up here.
Okay.
Do we want to move out, or do we want to face this? It could be him.
I think if we think it could be him, then we should face it.
This guy looks like he's been tortured.
Then we should bring whoever did this to justice.
You ready for a little justice, Sera?
Yes, I'm ready for justice.
I'm not convinced.
Then let's move. We have a light on, they have a light on. We both know that we're here. No reason to stealth. Unless one of us wants to get a flank.
Can I get a marching order? I just want to know who's leading and who's furthest behind.
I mean, I'll probably lead because I have a flaming arm and I'm the strongest.
I'll give Anju invincibility so he can go run around. Invisibility, sorry.
I'll take it. Do you want him to
He'll be in
scout?
the back, right? Or
Just
scouting.
I mean, not necessarily scout. I was gonna, since we know that they're there, like we're gonna just meet them head on, and he's just gonna get a side view so that if things go south, he can take out the leader.
Heard. Got it.
One swift strike.
Understood.
That's good tactics.
You cast invisibility upon Anju, utilizing his natural skills. Skills that he's honed from years of nefarious and, well, back alley dealings. He moves with no sight, no sound made by him. You couldn't tell he was there if you tried. You move at first, probably 60 or so paces. Covering ground, the light begins to illuminate a bit further. Each of you can see it now, especially now that it's been pointed out. With each step, it grows brighter and brighter. 80 paces, 100. You hear no movement, no sounds of hoofbeat, no signs of life. It's eerily quiet. Do you continue to move?
Cautiously.
Can I get a stealth, please?
I mean, I don't think we'd be stealthing, do we? Right?
Might at least be worth it.
You all, may as well if he lets us.
Okay.
In my opinion, I'll hit a stealth.
Cautiously to me sounds like you're being careful, slightly stealthy.
Yeah, like we're being very wary, but like, you know, we have somebody said that they lit a torch.
Oh, we can, yeah?
Yeah, and so like I feel like, and we also have the flaming arm. It's not like they don't know that we're here.
I appreciate more than anything that Tracy does not roll a stealth. That's my favorite. She doesn't even have to. I love it. That's just earnest.
Yeah, I basically am just walking up.
Yep. Yeah. You stride forward, where it seems like everyone else takes a bit more precaution and care, knowing how eerily silent things might be. You stride up. You have something to prove that wrought anger, provoked earlier, even if it was funny, it's not something you got to yet extinguish. And there's something in the back of your mind that's hoping that you can put that flame out.
Hey, you're scary.
You push forward. 130 paces. 150 paces. You're about 40 or so paces away when it opens into a clearing. Whoever's leading, can I get a perception, please? Sera, in your field of view, you see 4 men lying motionless. The light that you saw was not fire. It was a sunrod.
Ooh, it's a vampire.
Okay, so motionless, they look like they're dead. I'm gonna move closer.
Do you throw caution to the wind and shift moving forward, or do you continue moving cautiously?
I think I would move with more urgency now.
As you shift up, and everyone behind, Sera begins to elevate in the stride, moving quicker. They hasten. And when you move into the clearing, you all discover that there are 4 men, motionless, cloaks covering the upper portion of their body. Their weapons are scattered about the room, or the area, if you will. There's immediately no signs of struggle. Their arms bear no wounds. There are no pools of blood. But you haven't turned them over. You haven't investigated further.
I will investigate and see. Like, do they look like desanguinated or anything like that?
Sure. When you flip one over, you're met by this staunch visage, a grimace, a cry out in pain, not in one of ecstasy, not in one of excitement, but at the clear understanding of loss. Their bodies are eerily pale and dry. They have no visible wounds, just blank, parted lips, and a hollow suggestion of death by exsanguination. Their blood has been stolen, not spilled. Their cheeks are sunk, as is their eyelids, hugging to any shape that it can. They were drained dry.
We just missed him. These, I yell out, they're all dead, desanguinated.
Well, if there's
Shouldn't-
no enemy, then perhaps we should check their pockets for coins.
Or more of these sun rods.
That might be
Sun
useful.
rods could be very useful.
Unless they have no use versus him, because it doesn't seem like it stopped him.
Let's take a look.
Who reaches
think
into
that
their
we should-
pockets?
I will.
Cain steps forward.
I'll do it.
You flip over the first man and begin rifling through the pockets, trying to find anything that might be of value, anything to
Or they
recoup
might have-
your immediate losses.
They might have a missive or something.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
like a paper or something.
You find nothing on the first man.
Okay.
You begin searching the second. You flip his body over, and you're met with the same pale visage, the gaunt man. The moment you put your hands in his pockets, everyone can hear this. Hands in the pockets of dead men.
Just looking for clues and gold.
It's of no recourse. They won't be needing that anymore.
To whom do we
The
have
one
the
that's
pleasure?
done this.
The silhouette slides from the shadows, and you see a familiar face. You notice immediately the eyes, and then the face, and then the rest of his figure. It's a one Von Ear.
Oh, it's your boy.
What's up, Von Ear? Cute. Okay.
Hi, Marian.
Sorry. Hi.
Late
Bon-
night snack.
Not for me. I have more refined and elegant tastes.
So do you think it was him?
You may not be able to tell, but it's messy. They were left screaming. It may be even amidst some of his first feeds. He didn't even
Who?
stop to let them live.
So that they could also turn.
Von Ear, who are you talking about?
The man. You called him Lucan's Delos.
Is he
He's
here?
a vampire.
No, he is not here now. I would know if Anya was here now. He is of lesser thrall. I'm of higher born than him.
When was it that he turned?
It was a time ago. He is still yet a babe.
That's why he wanted the blade.
Perhaps. The blade was for another.
Just a servant.
Why
doing
did the
his master's
sunrod-
bidding?
Why did the sunrod not stop him?
He looks forward for a moment, glancing down at it, and the smile widens up, uncannily how far it stretches beyond that of a normal human smile. That's not real sunlight, boy. It couldn't hurt us. You would find it more effective to bash with it. Sunrod only a name. It provides light. A torch.
Good to know.
So what will you do now? Now that he has left in his wake 4 casings. 4. Was there another? Or is it just 4?
Well, he definitely did some damage over by the road.
I did smell blood.
I don't think we should go after him tonight, though. Not while he's strong.
Do we burn them?
No, they're already dead.
Why would you
I'd
burn
ponder.
them?
I don't want them to turn into vampires. I don't know how that works.
The embrace is a difficult task to understand. It's far more long-winded than simply suckling them dry. These are piglings, small meals. But I wouldn't waste my time on something like them. They are common feed, brigands, ne'er-do-wells. Did they leave that man behind in his wagon? Then perhaps your Lucan Stellos did you a favor. These are no sell swords, they're criminals. Maybe he has a heart after all.
Let's not try to humanize the vampire.
It's a tall, funny order coming from a dragon man.
Where did he go?
That's
You
what
know?
I'd like to know. That's why I'm following. You seem to be on his coattails. I knew I was right with you. And, might I add, ma'am, you found yourself something extra. Last I saw you, your arm was not flaming. That is a cute trick.
Just something I found along the way.
It's incredible how our stories find us with gifts. I hope it serves
Hypothetically,
you well.
are any of us good enough to drink?
That's a great question. Your blood, boy, it smells sullied. Something is tainting you. And yours, a fiery arm. Too divine. It's as if it's been filtered too many times. It would hurt. Marian. Such a delicate snack. But not for me. Not for me. Almost too refined for me. Calderis might find more enjoyment from you. But you, I would take a great deal of enjoyment. I'm not going to eat you. You're leading me. You are my bloodhounds. This is your chase. I'm just following.
Going to come in and steal our prize at the end.
What is your prize?
We need the sword, and we need him dead or alive.
Well, then take the sword, and I'll take him. Oh, I assure you that he will be dead.
How could we guarantee that? Don't vampires like working together?
Of course they do. But we are supposed to fall in line. We all answer to someone. My liege,
Calderas demanded his subservience, and he broke through his thraldom. We still do not know how. He'd be the first in a very long time. What say you? The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
I don't know if we're in the business of making a deal with you. We don't trust that you won't uphold your side of things.
How are we
It's
so
been
different?
very informative.
Please, entertain me for a moment. How are we so different? Do you not feast upon the flesh of animals? Have you never
Here we
imbibed
go.
upon bacon or pork shallot?
Well, they're not sentient.
This is a stretch.
Of course it is. We are all part of a circle. We dine upon things that you may not. That makes us strange. Why? Because we can't seemingly walk in the sun. This is a story that you've told yourselves. What makes you think we can't walk in the sun? It's something you say that so that you have something that you think makes us fear. No, we just see better in the dark. Better than you. Besides, the chase is fun. You are tasked with something unimaginable. Hunt a man with abilities unbeknownst to his suitors. With a magical weapon that could most assuredly strike the common man down, and you still chase. Why? For money.
You haven't been in debt, have you?
I'm indebted now, but not to coin. Listen, Marian. Is debt really what pervades your mind? What weakens your senses? And breaks your resolve?
Not always.
My lady can provide you with the funds necessary for assisting you.
You sure about that? It's a heavy debt.
They've been alive for thousands of years.
Bingo.
A lot of money.
We have what some might call old money. We were there when they were stamping the coins. Don't tell anyone, but we were the first to stamp the coins.
Impressive. And I appreciate the offer, but I don't know what that gets me into, Vanir. You don't got a very trustful smile, buddy.
I take excellent care of my teeth.
There's still mischief behind those eyes.
I suppose it's the nature of the game. The chase is exciting. This is fun. I'd like to come back if you'll have me. And since you're not attempting to cut me down here, I'm assuming that you'll have me again.
I don't think I really have much of a choice. You keep showing up now, don't you?
Yeah.
Maybe I do. But when I walk away, have you not gained something from my presence?
I mean, last time I gained garlic soup, so that was fun.
Interesting recipe. Works not on us. You've learned something new.
Well, thank you for the knowledge. I guess I do take away something from this.
You should hurry. Once new thralls begin feeding, they leave in their wake a significant amount of bodies. Remember that. There's a reason that our young stay with us. We have to shape them, or they act ravenous. And he is without a leash.
Let's go.
Vanir takes a few steps backwards. He bows again, the same way that he had before. And as he meets the shadows, the only thing that you can see are the pin lights of his eyes. and they disappear.
Fucking weirdo, man.
We're going to end tonight's session right there. You are 5 days into your travel. You now know that Lucan is not that far. He's close. They took claim to injury to their vessel, and it's grounded them for a short time. You're not entirely sure how long, but you know it's there. That's going to be tonight's show. And I want to give you guys an opportunity at doing your shout-outs so I can let you go free off into the world. Let's start with Cobalt. Tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you, buddy?
Hey, I'm CobaltStreak. I play games 6-7 days a week on my channel. We're doing some Isaac Deathless Unlocks, and we're playing Claire Obscura, Expedition 33. Also some Elden Ring, Night Rain. It's been pretty fun. It's kind of janky, but it's pretty fun. And on Mondays, I'm here playing D&D. Thanks for stopping by.
Perfect. Sera, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you, Trace?
Hello, everybody. I'm Tracy, aka Miss Magitech, or MagiRPG, as you can see on our little co-stream thingy. I am mostly there at MagiRPG doing tabletop stuff with my friends. I do content elsewhere like cosplay and LARP stuff. I just got back from a vampire LARP. That was very fun, but I'm very tired. But thankfully, for the rest of June, I'm just chilling and not traveling. So I'm happy to be back to a regular schedule of life because travel always takes a lot out of you. So yeah, that's me and where you can find me.
Love it. Marian, tell us about you, Squid. What you doing? Where can we find you?
Yeah, the name's Squidinkidink. I live in a comedic way on the internet 4 times a week. So there's no rhyme or reason. I just do what I do, and it's a good time. So come on by sometime if you would like. You don't have to. Not holding a gun to your head. You should though.
Perfect.
That's what I got.
Ivan, Frost, tell us about your boss. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
I am holding a gun to your head. You should come over to my stream at twitch.tv/FrostPrime. Monday through Friday. I play a lot of roguelikes and strategy games, but mainly I sit and talk with my chat for too long, and then people get mad at me that I'm not playing roguelikes and strategy games.
Suckers, man. Gotta get him every time with that stall. That leaves me. Ben's not here today, and he would tell you to check him out in all of the places relating to BenBriggs and Tiny Waves. He's a musician, writer, gamer, just all-around good guy. Go check him out at benbriggslive. And me, I'm Bub. I tell stories, try to tell them often and everywhere, with lots of things in between, making voices loud and playing pretend as much as I can. I'm playing Claire Obscura. That's what I'm doing when I'm not writing. But most of the time right now, it's a lot of tabletop stuff. So if you like tabletop stuff, this is the place to hang out. That's it, guys. Love your faces. I'm going to let everyone go. I'll talk at you later. Good night, everybody.
Good night.